Something lies deep beneath the earth's crust, in a world our eyes have never seen. Ancient civilizations, mythologies, and lost knowledge all point to the same thing. Agartha, is it just a legend, or is it real? Throughout history, some have spoken of an advanced civilization living underground. Tibetan monks, Hindu texts, and ancient legends all tell of a people far older and far wiser than us, dwelling beneath the surface. But if this were just an old story, why did the Nazis, secret societies, and modern governments pursue this mystery? Why have satellites over Antarctica detected strange anomalies? Why have some people entered unknown passageways and never returned? And if Agartha truly exists, why is it being kept secret from us? Today, we gather hidden clues, forgotten documents, lost knowledge, and modern discoveries to trace the secrets buried beneath the surface. Do gateways to Agartha really exist? Who lives there? And most importantly, why is this knowledge being hidden from humanity? Where did the legend of Agartha first emerge? Could there be a hidden world, deep within the earth, beyond the reach of human sight? Are the myths about the underground merely products of imagination, or echoes of a truth lost in the mists of the past? For thousands of years, civilizations across the world have spoken of hidden underground kingdoms, supernatural beings, and ancient cities where these entities reside. Despite emerging independently in different cultures, these narratives curiously share the same fundamental idea. Beneath the surface, there exists an unknown civilization entirely different from our own. But where does this story originate? The legend of Agartha appears most frequently in Hindu and Buddhist texts. Ancient Sanskrit scriptures describe a vast kingdom hidden beneath the earth. However, this is not a conventional underground city. Instead, it is depicted as a sacred realm beyond humanity's reach, where wisdom and peace reign supreme. These ancient texts describe the beings of Agartha as possessing lifespans far longer than humans, having reached an elevated state of consciousness, and observing the world from afar. Some accounts even claim that during critical moments in human history, wise beings from Agartha emerged to guide humanity. In Hindu mythology, the underground realms of Patala and Nagaloka bear striking similarities to Agartha. These realms are said to be inhabited by highly intelligent beings known as the Naga. Legends suggest that the Naga built vast underground cities, possessed advanced civilizations, and occasionally shared knowledge with humans. In Tibetan Buddhism, there is mention of a mysterious city called Shambhala. According to legend, this city is only visible to those who have reached a certain level of spiritual enlightenment. Some believe that Shambhala might be the capital of Agartha, revered as a center of wisdom. However, Agartha is not confined to Eastern legends. It also finds a place in Western mythology. Ancient Greek, Egyptian, and Sumerian myths speak of hidden wisdom and underground realms where ancient gods or enlightened beings reside. Plato's writings reference a civilization of great sages living beneath the earth, a race entirely different from surface dwellers. A similar narrative appears in ancient Celtic mythology. Irish legends describe a mystical race known as the Tuatha De Danann, who possessed extraordinary abilities. These beings were said to have retreated underground, living in invisible cities, only communicating with humans at special times. So, are these stories mere myths? If so, why did so many civilizations throughout history believe in the same idea? Perhaps Agartha was far more than just a legend. These accounts could not have been mere products of ancient imagination. After all, the legend of Agartha was not confined to ancient texts alone. In the 20th century, the belief that Agartha was not just a myth, but a hidden truth gained traction. Particularly, the Nazis, secret organizations, and modern governments began to treat Agartha not as folklore, but as a subject of serious investigation. But the real question is why? If Agartha is just a legend, why did the great empires of the past and the modern powers of today pursue it? How has the story of Agartha survived for thousands of years? And most importantly, if it truly exists, why is it being hidden from us? Tibetan monks and the hidden ancient knowledge. All great secrets begin as whispers. One of the greatest mysteries in human history, Agartha, also emerged from such whispers. However, the place where these whispers echoed the loudest was deep within the Himalayas, hidden in ancient temples far from prying eyes. Tibetan monks are known as an ancient order that preserves and transmits the oldest esoteric knowledge from generation to generation. They are renowned for their meditation techniques, teachings on spiritual enlightenment, and rituals aimed at transcending the limits of human consciousness. Yet, among the knowledge they guard, one stands apart from all others. Tibetan monks speak of a vast civilization hidden beneath the earth. This civilization is said to be no ordinary underground society, but the keepers of humanity's lost greatest wisdom. It is believed that they have existed since prehistoric times and have been observing our world without us even realizing it. Some ancient texts mention emissaries from Agartha. These beings are said to have shared their teachings with a select few sages and safeguarded knowledge that could determine the fate of humanity. However, to prevent these teachings from falling into the wrong hands, the existence of Agartha was passed down only as a myth. But how much truth is there to this claim? As one ascends the peaks of the Himalayas, the air grows colder, oxygen levels drop, yet the mystical atmosphere becomes even denser. Some Tibetan monks claim that during their spiritual journeys, they separate from their bodies and enter an unknown realm. According to them, Agartha is not merely a physical city, but a world of a different frequency, a reality beyond human perception. For years, many explorers attempted to reach these temples. However, all doors remained closed to the curious eyes of the outside world. Many monks believed that revealing this knowledge posed a great risk to humanity, because if the secret of Agartha were to be exposed, the world as we know it would never be the same. Some researchers claim that the Nazis' secret expeditions to Tibet in the 1930s had precisely this objective. At that time, German SS officers and mystic scientists reportedly met with Tibetan monks, attempting to gather information about underground civilizations. But why? Hitler's fascination with mysticism is a well-documented fact. He believed that Agartha was not merely a legend, but that an advanced civilization truly lived beneath the earth. Could Nazi Germany have used the information gathered from Tibetan emissaries in its secret research? Some claims suggest that the Nazis obtained an ancient map from the Tibetan monks showing the location of Agartha. However, this was no ordinary geographical chart. It was a guide based on consciousness levels and magnetic fields, one that only those who had reached a certain spiritual state could use. So, do the gates to Agartha truly exist? Some mountaineers, while exploring the temples of the Himalayas, claim to have found ancient writings describing monks who vanished and never returned. Could these monks have opened a portal to Agartha during meditation? Another astonishing claim is that some Tibetan monks have lived for over 200 years. It is said that these monks maintained their longevity using knowledge passed down from Agartha. If true, does Agartha hold the secrets to extending human life? Some texts suggest that humanity's true origins did not begin on the surface world, but were guided by beings from the depths. If these texts are correct, then we are not the first civilization on Earth. A race older and wiser than us came before, and they may still be there, waiting deep within the earth. Tibetan monks say that the gates of Agartha will only open when the world undergoes a great shift in consciousness. But will this shift bring an awakening, or will it bring disaster? How much of the history we have been told truly reflects reality? And if Agartha is indeed a secret known to Tibetan monks, why has it been kept from us for centuries? Shambhala, the lost capital of Agartha. Some cities do not appear on maps. Some kingdoms cannot be conquered because no one even knows they exist. Shambhala was one such place, a legend told across vast lands, from India to Tibet, from the Mongolian steppes to the Altai mountains, the city of light, the center of ancient wisdom, the paradise beneath the earth. Though it was known by different names, the story remained the same. Deep within the earth, there was a city unreachable by humans. But did this city really exist? According to some Buddhist texts, Shambhala was a place that could only be reached spiritually. Knowing the way was not enough. Only when a person elevated their consciousness would the gates of Shambhala open. Perhaps this city was not a physical location at all, but a frequency or a region existing in a different dimension. However, some accounts describe Shambhala as a physical city, hidden deep within the Himalayas, nestled between towering mountains, filled with structures of gold and crystal. Could this city be the capital of Agartha? According to legend, the streets of Shambhala were paved with luminous stones, and massive towers stretched into the sky. At its center was a colossal energy source known as the Source of Light. This source nourished Shambhala and provided light to all of Agartha. Some Hindu texts suggest that Shambhala will reappear during a great age transition known as the Kali Yuga. In other words, when the world stands on the brink of a great transformation, the people of Shambhala will return to the surface to guide humanity. But this legend is not limited to Eastern teachings. The Nazis, during their Tibetan expeditions, conducted special research on Shambhala. According to some reports, Nazi Germany sought maps from Tibetan monks that showed the gateways to Shambhala. Some theories suggest that when the Nazis returned from Tibet, they had obtained a copy of these maps. However, there was a strange detail. The maps did not depict Shambhala as a fixed location. It was as if the city was constantly moving or shifting between dimensions. What did this mean? If Shambhala were truly a physical place, wouldn't at least some trace of it have been discovered during global explorations? Or was it really existing at a different energy level? Some scientists have detected magnetic anomalies in certain regions of the world. For example, an unusual magnetic field has been identified beneath the Tibetan plateau. What could be the cause of this? Could there be an ancient and highly advanced structure hidden beneath this region, unlike anything found on the surface? Meanwhile, Russian researchers had also launched expeditions to find Shambhala as early as the 19th century. The famous Russian explorer Nicholas Roerich claimed to have acquired mysterious information about Shambhala in Tibet. According to Roerich, some Tibetan monks told him that the right time must come for the gate to open. Did this mean Shambhala was more than just an old legend? Some mystical teachings suggest that Shambhala will reveal itself when humanity stands on the edge of a great catastrophe. But this catastrophe may not just be a physical disaster. It could be the collapse of human consciousness. If Shambhala is a place accessible only to those who are spiritually ready, then perhaps it has always been there. But were we capable of seeing it? Some Tibetan monks have claimed to have communicated with Shambhala. According to them, the people of Shambhala do not physically emerge to the surface, but guide humanity by establishing mental communication with chosen individuals. Was this a reality beyond human perception, one that could only be sensed when the mind was truly open? And if Shambhala is indeed hidden somewhere in this world, is there a way to reach it? Some researchers believe that ancient structures around the world point the way to this city. Pyramids, ancient temples, astronomical alignments. Could all of these have been built to connect us to Shambhala's energy, even if we were unaware of it? And if so, is it possible for us to establish a connection with this city? Or will Shambhala remain hidden until we are truly ready for it? Nazis and Agartha. Was Hitler trying to reach the underground? Some secrets do not appear in history books. Some truths are passed down only through whispers. Agartha was one such secret, but these whispers were heard and taken seriously by one of the most powerful forces that shaped the greatest war of the 20th century. Nazi Germany had a deep fascination with mystical teachings, occult knowledge, and ancient legends. Hitler and some of his closest associates believed that world history was not merely a sequence of visible events. To them, true power lay in the depths of history, hidden knowledge, and the lost secrets of mysterious civilizations. And one of those sources of power might have been Agartha. It is well known that the Nazis searched for traces of the underground world across vast regions, from Tibet to Antarctica, from South America to the North Pole. But these expeditions were not ordinary scientific explorations. They were searching for Agartha. But why? Hitler's obsession with mysticism and the search for Agartha. Adolf Hitler was not just a politician. He was also deeply interested in esoteric teachings. Some of the core elements of Nazi ideology were inspired by occult sciences, ancient Indo-Aryan mythology, and the hidden powers believed to be guarded by ancient civilizations. In particular, the Thule and Vril societies were secret organizations that promoted the existence of Agartha, and Hitler was known to have direct ties to them. The Thule Society believed that a lost civilization lived deep within the earth. According to them, these beings were superior, more intelligent, and far more advanced than humans. This idea influenced Nazi Germany's ideology of a superior race, but the most intriguing belief revolved around the Vril forces. Vril was thought to be the fundamental energy of the universe, and its purest form was believed to be hidden beneath the earth. At the core of Agartha, if this energy could be accessed, humanity could connect directly to cosmic power and transcend physical limitations. The Nazis believed Agartha was real, and that its inhabitants used Vril energy to attain universal knowledge. So, where did this theory lead them? Tibetan expeditions. The path to Shambhala. In 1938, under the leadership of Heinrich Himmler, Nazi Germany sent an expedition to Tibet. Officially, the purpose of these expeditions was to study Tibetan culture and people, but behind the scenes, the Nazis were seeking knowledge from Tibetan monks about Shambhala and Agartha. The ancient maps, inscriptions, and hidden knowledge preserved in Tibet's oldest monasteries fascinated the Nazis. Some claims suggest that the Nazis acquired a map that revealed underground passageways leading to Agartha. This map depicted tunnels and gateways that were invisible from the surface. But there was a strange detail. The gateways were not fixed. They would open at certain times and disappear at others. What did this mean? If these accounts were true, then Agartha was not just a physical city, but a dimensional gateway that opened at specific frequencies. But did this discovery stop the Nazis? The mystery of Antarctica, the new Berlin base. The Nazis were not only interested in Tibet, they also believed that gateways to Agartha existed not just in Asia, but in Antarctica as well. Toward the end of the war, rumors spread that Nazi Germany had established a secret base in Antarctica. This base, called New Schwabenland, New Swabia, was allegedly connected to Agartha. Some theories suggest that as the war neared its end, the Nazis retreated there, accessing underground tunnels and using them as a refuge after the war. In 1947, the US Navy launched a military expedition to Antarctica under Operation High Jump. Officially, this was presented as a scientific research mission. However, statements made later by Admiral Richard Byrd, the leader of the operation, raised suspicions that the expedition was part of something much bigger. Admiral Byrd implied that they had encountered an incredibly advanced civilization beneath the earth, one that was being kept secret from humanity. Could this mean that the Nazis had actually reached Agartha? If so, who had they encountered there? And more importantly, what knowledge had they gained? Were the gates of Agartha opened? The Nazis' research in Tibet, Antarctica, and other locations eventually came to a halt. With Germany's defeat, much of this research was lost or seized. However, some theories suggest that this knowledge was not destroyed, but instead fell into the hands of certain powerful groups. Even today, some believe that governments and major technology companies continue secret research on Agartha. If an underground civilization truly exists, why is this information being kept from humanity? And the most pressing question remains: did the Nazis succeed in opening the gates of Agartha, or was there something waiting for them when they stepped inside? The mystery of Antarctica. The subglacial city's NASA is hiding the most inaccessible, coldest, and most desolate continent on Earth, Antarctica. At first glance, this vast land covered in ice and snow appears to be nothing more than a frozen wasteland, devoid of life. However, some researchers believe that Antarctica is far more than just glaciers. Could it be hiding some of the greatest secrets from humanity? In recent years, anomalies detected in Antarctica, unusual structures, magnetic field disturbances, and massive subglacial voids have led some to suggest that these formations are not simply natural occurrences. But what could they be? Some theories propose that deep beneath Antarctica lies a vast underground complex, or the remnants of an ancient civilization. And according to these theories, NASA and other major governments have been keeping this knowledge from the public. But why? Is there really a lost city beneath the ice? And if so, could it be one of the gateways to Agartha? What lies beneath the ice? Antarctica spans approximately 14 million square kilometers, with 98% of its surface covered in ice. However, beneath these massive ice sheets, hidden secrets may lie. In 2017, satellite images from NASA detected anomalous structures in certain regions of Antarctica. These structures did not appear to be natural formations. Some researchers believe that a massive city could be buried beneath the ice. NASA's radar scans have revealed enormous cave systems and hollow spaces, extending as deep as 4,000 meters in some areas of Antarctica. Some of these formations feature perfectly smooth surfaces and geometric shapes. How could a natural formation possess such precise symmetrical structures? Some historians suggest that these structures may belong to an ancient civilization. Even more intriguingly, these discoveries have caught the attention not only of NASA, but also of both the US and Russian governments. Certain documents indicate that the US and Russia have conducted secret joint projects in Antarctica, and excavations in the region have remained classified from the public. So why is Antarctica so important? Why is Antarctica a restricted zone? In 1959, the Antarctic Treaty was signed, banning all military activities on the continent. But why? Antarctica does not belong to any single country. However, no nation is allowed to establish military bases, conduct mining operations, or claim control over any part of the land. Why? Some believe that the truth buried beneath Antarctica must be kept hidden from humanity. If the remnants of an ancient civilization truly lie beneath the ice, this discovery could completely rewrite human history. Some even propose that underground passages in Antarctica may serve as one of the gateways to Agartha. What were the Nazis searching for in Antarctica? This theory is not limited to modern NASA discoveries. The Nazis also conducted extensive explorations in Antarctica during the 1940s. Hitler had a deep fascination with Agartha and the theory of an underground world. His interest led Nazi Germany to send special teams to investigate certain mysterious locations in Antarctica. Some historians claim that the Nazis established a base in Antarctica and discovered lost technology there. The strongest evidence supporting this claim is Operation High Jump, a military campaign conducted by the US Navy in 1947. Shortly after World War II, the US deployed a massive naval fleet to Antarctica. Officially, this operation was presented as a scientific research mission. However, according to some reports, American forces encountered an unknown power in Antarctica, and the operation was abruptly cut short. So what was this unknown force? And more importantly, what had the Nazis discovered there? The connection between Antarctica and Agartha. Some theories suggest that deep within Antarctica, there are natural passageways leading underground. These tunnels are said to connect to massive subterranean voids beneath the continent. Some believe that these tunnels link to the enormous hollow spaces beneath Antarctica, and may serve as one of the gateways to Agartha. If these claims are true, could one of the paths to Agartha lie hidden in the depths of Antarctica? Some ancient maps suggest that Antarctica was once free of ice, and that a highly advanced civilization lived there. This raises the possibility that Agartha may have originally existed as a surface civilization before retreating underground. So what is NASA really hiding? Will the truth emerge when the ice melts? In recent years, due to global warming, Antarctica's glaciers have been melting at an alarming rate. Some scientists believe that in the near future, we will have a much clearer view of what lies beneath the ice. If a city or tunnel system truly exists beneath Antarctica, how will humanity respond? And more importantly, when the ice melts, will the secret of Agartha finally be revealed? The mysterious tunnels found around the world, massive tunnels discovered across the globe. Some appear to be natural formations, while others seem to be man-made. But the real question is, who actually built these tunnels, when, and why? Many of these tunnels stretch so deep that no known ancient civilization is believed to have possessed the engineering knowledge to construct them. But if these structures are too advanced to be explained by conventional history, who created them? Some researchers suggest that these tunnels are not just underground passages, but actual gateways to Agartha. Could these tunnels connect different continents and civilizations? And if they are truly linked to Agartha, why is their existence being concealed? The most enigmatic underground tunnels in history. Some tunnels discovered worldwide are far too vast, deep, and advanced for any known ancient civilization to have built. Let's take a look at some of the most intriguing ones. 1. Derinkuyu, Turkey's mysterious underground city. Located in the Cappadocia region, Derinkuyu is a massive underground city capable of housing more than 20,000 people. It was built in multiple layers, complete with ventilation systems and water sources. But the biggest question remains, why was this city built? The conventional explanation suggests that people used it to hide from invaders. However, some researchers argue that such a highly developed structure must have served a far greater purpose than just a simple refuge. Some theories propose that Derinkuyu is connected to Agartha through tunnels that descend much deeper than currently explored. 2. The massive underground passages of South America. In countries like Brazil, Argentina, Chile, and Peru, researchers have found enormous tunnels stretching for hundreds of kilometers. These tunnels are so vast that cars, or even trains, could pass through them. According to some legends, these tunnels were built by the gods in ancient times and served as the gateways connecting Agartha to the surface world. 3. Tibet Mountains in Romania and their hidden secrets. In 2003, the discovery of a massive underground structure in Romania's Busegi Mountains caused a global stir. However, shortly afterward, reports emerged that the US and NATO had intervened, halting investigations and classifying the findings. Some theories suggest that the tunnels in this region may be ancient pathways leading to Agartha. Why were these tunnels built, and who built them? Who could have constructed such immense and complex structures thousands of years ago? Some theories suggest that these tunnels were created by an ancient civilization once lived on the surface, but later retreated underground. If true, then the next question is, why did they move underground? Were these tunnels built to escape a catastrophe, or was it because they were never meant to remain on the surface? The hidden gateways to Agartha. Some ancient maps suggest that these tunnels align with specific energetic pathways across the earth. If these maps are accurate, could these tunnels be more than just physical passageways? Could they also function as energetic portals? Could the inhabitants of Agartha be using these tunnels to move throughout the surface world? And if that's the case, are we truly alone? The lost passageways beneath the Amazon. The Amazon, the world's largest and most mysterious rainforest, a vast, untouched wilderness spanning millions of hectares, so remote that even modern civilization and scientists have yet to fully map it. However, some researchers believe that the Amazon is more than just a dense jungle visible from the surface. Beneath the earth, there are mysterious passageways, massive tunnels, and perhaps something even greater. So what is hidden beneath the Amazon? And most importantly, do these passageways lead to Agartha, the underground cities beneath the Amazon? In recent years, advanced satellite imaging technology has revealed large-scale ancient structures buried beneath the Amazon. Some of the most intriguing discoveries include enormous underground tunnels near the Brazil-Peru border, mysterious stone structures deep in the Colombian jungle that do not match any known civilization, massive caves, and artificially created passageways uncovered in Ecuador. The most astonishing aspect of these structures is their size and durability, so advanced that even modern engineering struggles to explain them. Some of these caves are 100 meters tall. These passageways are large enough for enormous machines to pass through. Were they merely shelters, or were they part of a much greater system? Researchers believe that these tunnels extend across the entire Amazon, stretching for hundreds of kilometers. But who built them? The lost city of Agartha and the gateways to the underground Amazonian legends frequently mention a lost city known as Agartha. For centuries, indigenous tribes in the region have told explorers and researchers the same story. Our ancestors retreated underground to escape great catastrophes. They are no longer here, but their cities remain beneath the earth. Why were these ancient people forced to go underground? Some Amazonian myths tell of beings who came from the sky and taught humans how to survive underground. Is this a reference to extraterrestrial encounters, or is it evidence of a much older civilization? According to some researchers, Agartha was not just a city, it was one of the gateways to the underground world. One explorer who sought Agartha was Carl Brugger, who mysteriously disappeared during his search. In his notes, he wrote that Agartha opened into a vast tunnel system beneath the Amazon, one that led much deeper, possibly all the way to Agartha. If this is true, could one of the entrances to Agartha be hidden in the depths of the Amazon? Mysterious tunnels and ancient legends. Some indigenous tribes claim that the Amazon conceals massive underground tunnels, and that those who enter them are never seen again. Many of these tunnels are considered sacred by local tribes, forbidden to outsiders. But why? If these were just ordinary caves, why have they remained untouched for thousands of years? Could the passageways beneath the Amazon be remnants of a once accessible world, one that was later sealed off from humanity? Is the Amazon one of the gateways to Agartha? All of these discoveries suggest that something remains hidden beneath the Amazon, something that modern science has yet to understand. If the indigenous tribes are telling the truth, then our ancestors once ventured underground. And if there truly are ancient tunnels beneath the Amazon, are they merely remnants of the past, or is something still waiting there? Are the holes at the North and South Poles real? The most remote points on Earth, the North and South Poles, these two frozen regions, where human survival is nearly impossible for most of the year, have long been at the center of mysterious claims. Some ancient maps and flight records suggest that massive openings exist at the North and South Poles, leading directly into the inner Earth. This theory supports the idea that some of Agartha's entrances are hidden at the poles. But do these holes really exist? And if they do, why are the world's governments keeping these regions under such tight control? Historical maps and polar openings. Looking back in history, some ancient maps and accounts depict massive openings at the poles. For example, 16th century Mercator maps illustrate a large opening at the North Pole. These maps describe a massive hole at the center of the pole, through which explorers could enter and reach an unknown world. Later, in the 1800s, some explorers claimed to have encountered warm winds and unknown animal species in the Arctic, where such things should not exist. Some sailors even reported seeing a massive void in the sky near the polar region. All of these accounts fueled speculation that the polar regions might be far more mysterious than we have been led to believe. But the most intriguing event happened in the 20th century. Admiral Byrd and the polar expeditions. One of the most famous polar explorations was led by U.S. Admiral Richard E. Byrd. In 1947, Admiral Byrd conducted a major flight toward the North Pole. However, what he allegedly experienced during this mission remains one of history's greatest mysteries. According to his secret journal, Byrd and his crew discovered a massive opening at the poles, but it was more than just a hole. Byrd claimed that when they entered the opening, they witnessed an advanced underground world and made contact with its inhabitants. His writings reportedly suggest that this underground world could be Agartha. How could this be possible? Did an expedition crew really encounter an underground civilization beneath the poles? Flight restrictions over the polar regions today. Commercial flights are not allowed to fly over the North and South Poles. Most major airlines avoid these routes, and flight paths over these regions remain restricted. But why? Some theories suggest that the reason for these restrictions is to hide the existence of massive polar openings from the public. Additionally, there are claims that NASA satellites have captured anomalous images over the polar regions, but that these images have been concealed. Some satellite photos of Antarctica's South Pole show a large darkened area at its center. Although this is officially dismissed as a technical error, some researchers believe that it is evidence of a massive opening that has been deliberately censored. If there are indeed huge openings at the poles, where do they lead? Could these holes be gateways to Agartha, to South Pole and secret military operations? In recent years, the US and other major nations have increased their military presence in Antarctica. Some researchers claim that deep within Antarctica, there are secret laboratories where research connected to Agartha is being conducted. Additionally, there have been reports of expedition teams disappearing in the South Pole, never to be seen again. What is happening in these regions? Do governments already know about the existence of a hidden entrance to the inner Earth? If Admiral Byrd's reports are true, then a massive secret is being kept from humanity. Are the polar openings the gateways to Agartha? All of these claims about the North and South Poles seem to point to one possibility. Agartha could be connected to the surface world through massive openings at the poles. If this is true, are these entrances still active? And if so, is it truly possible to reach them? Even today, governments and private organizations continue to conduct classified research in the polar regions. Perhaps in the coming years, the secret of Agartha will finally be revealed. But the real question is, are we truly ready for this knowledge? The Bermuda Triangle and magnetic field anomalies. There are places on Earth where events occur that science struggles to explain, regions where ships disappear, planes vanish, compasses fail, and time and space seem to distort. Among these, the most infamous is the Bermuda Triangle, located in the western Atlantic Ocean. This triangular region has been the nightmare of sailors and pilots for centuries. However, some researchers believe that the Bermuda Triangle is not just a supernatural phenomenon, but a location connected to Earth's hidden forces. Could the magnetic anomalies in this region be a sign that something is being concealed? And most importantly, could the Bermuda Triangle be one of the hidden gateways to Agartha? The secrets of the Bermuda Triangle. The Bermuda Triangle is a vast oceanic area between Florida, Puerto Rico, and Bermuda. But what makes it different from other seas? For centuries, unexplained disappearances have occurred here. Some ships have vanished without sending any distress signals. Some aircraft have disappeared from radar despite clear weather conditions. Some pilots have reported that time sped up, or that they suddenly entered an unknown space. Does this suggest that the Bermuda Triangle is more than just an oceanic region? Could it actually be a portal to another world? Magnetic anomalies and time distortions. One of the strangest occurrences in the Bermuda Triangle is that compasses often fail to work properly. Earth's magnetic field normally keeps compasses aligned in a fixed direction, but in the Bermuda Triangle, compasses have been known to shift erratically or stop working altogether. Could this indicate the presence of an unknown energy field? Some pilots flying over the Bermuda Triangle have reported experiencing time distortions. For example, in 1970, a pilot named Bruce Gernon claimed that his aircraft entered a strange white tunnel and completed a 45-minute flight in just 3 minutes. Where did this tunnel lead? And if it was really some kind of dimensional portal, where do these gateways take people? Some believe that the Bermuda Triangle might be an energy portal leading to Agartha. Is there a connection to Agartha? Certain ancient maps and occult texts suggest that Agartha's entrances are not only located on land, but beneath the oceans as well. Could locations like the Bermuda Triangle be points where these gates open and close? Some theories propose that these energy gateways open at specific times, unintentionally pulling in ships and planes passing through the region. If such a portal truly exists, what lies on the other side? Have the missing ships and planes been transported to an unknown underground world? And if so, could that world be Agartha? What is hidden in the Bermuda Triangle? In recent years, scientists have discovered strange structures beneath the Bermuda Triangle. Some sonar scans suggest the existence of massive pyramid-like structures on the ocean floor. Are these pyramids the remnants of an ancient sunken civilization, or are they sealed gateways leading to Agartha? NASA and other research institutions continue to investigate this region. However, some theories claim that once the secrets of the Bermuda Triangle are fully uncovered, they won't just reveal lost ships and planes. They might also expose the hidden truth of Agartha. Perhaps the world as we know it is far larger than we have been led to believe. And perhaps, deep beneath these waters, a secret capable of changing the fate of humanity lies hidden. But are we ready for it? Dulce Base. Does the US have a connection to Agartha? There are secret military bases all over the world, but some are more than just military installations. They conceal something far greater. One such place is Dulce Base, located in the desolate deserts of New Mexico, USA. This base is unlike any other underground facility. Those who claim to have knowledge of it speak of massive subterranean laboratories, advanced technologies hidden from the public, and even classified agreements with non-human entities. But among all the theories, one claim stands out the most. Could Dulce Base be more than just a military research center? Could it be a gateway to Agartha? Does the US government know about this underground civilization? And if so, why is this information being kept secret? The deep layers of Dulce Base. The existence of Dulce Base first surfaced in 1979, when leaked reports hinted at something unusual beneath the desert. A former security officer named Philip Schneider claimed to have worked at Dulce and revealed that the facility extended several kilometers underground. According to Schneider, the base had 7 levels, each dedicated to different classified projects. But his most shocking claim was this: the lowest levels of the base were not just used by humans. So, who else was using them? Schneider alleged that these beings were members of an ancient race that had lived underground long before humans. Could they be the inhabitants of Agartha, Buddha? And if so, why was the US government secretly working with them? Mysterious underground laboratories. One of the most disturbing claims about Dulce Base is that classified experiments are being conducted there, hidden from public knowledge. Leaked reports suggest that Dulce's deepest levels house biological and genetic research facilities, where highly advanced technologies are being tested. However, some theories propose that these experiments may not be entirely human. According to some whistleblowers, Dulce Base is not only studying Agartha's inhabitants, but also collaborating with them, learning from their science and technology. If these claims are true, then the US government may have already confirmed Agartha's existence and made direct contact with its civilization. And if that's the case, why is this information being kept from humanity? Secret tunnels and the Agartha connection. One of the most intriguing aspects of Dulce Base is its network of underground tunnels. Some former military personnel claim that these tunnels extend far beyond the base itself, descending into unknown depths. Could some of these tunnels lead directly to Agartha? Is it possible that an underground transportation system exists, connecting Dulce Base with a vast subterranean civilization? And if so, has the US government already found Agartha and entered into a secret alliance with its people? Dulce Base and the Truth governments are hiding even today. The existence of Dulce Base is not officially acknowledged by the US government. However, strange electromagnetic signals, unexplained aerial activity, and mysterious underground noises have been recorded in the areas surrounding the base. Some researchers believe that Dulce Base is far more than just a military installation. It may be concealing secrets that could change the understanding of human history. If the US has proof that Agartha exists, why is it keeping this knowledge hidden? And if these underground gateways are ever opened, is humanity truly ready to face the reality of Agartha? The geography of Agartha. Is it really possible to live underground? For centuries, Earth's depths have been thought of as nothing more than layers of rock and magma. But if Agartha is truly a civilization hidden beneath the surface, how could life possibly exist there? As far as we know, Earth's core is extremely hot, the pressure is lethal, and the oxygen levels are too low to sustain human life. However, some theories suggest that Earth's interior is not entirely composed of magma. Instead, it may contain vast hollow spaces and even habitable zones. According to this idea, the inner Earth is not just a molten core, but a hidden world with oceans, land masses, and even a sky-like atmosphere, just like the surface. But how could this be possible? And more importantly, is there truly an unknown civilization living underground? Are there massive hollow spaces inside Earth? Geological research into Earth's structure has uncovered anomalous voids in certain regions. For example, in 2014, a scientific study revealed that there is a massive underground ocean 600 kilometers beneath the Earth's surface. This discovery shocked the scientific community, as it was previously believed that large bodies of water could not exist at such depths. But if an enormous water reservoir can exist deep beneath the surface, could there be other hidden environments even farther below? Some theories propose that Earth's interior contains vast cave systems, lakes, rivers, and even an atmospheric layer, making it possible for life to thrive underground. If this is true, then Agartha could be more than just a myth. It could be a real, self-sustaining world beneath our feet. Agartha's atmosphere and light source. If an advanced civilization lives underground, how do they survive without sunlight? Some ancient texts claim that Agartha has its own internal light source. According to these accounts, an artificial sun or energy source illuminates the underground cities, creating an atmosphere similar to the surface world. Some researchers suggest that this light source could be a form of energy emitted from Earth's inner core. But is such a light source scientifically possible? Modern physics has shown that certain energy fields can mimic natural illumination, similar to the sun's glow. For example, bioluminescence, a natural mechanism found in deep-sea creatures and some plants, allows organisms to produce their own light without sunlight. Could the vegetation in Agartha have developed a similar ability? Does an underground ecosystem exist? Scientists have already discovered unexpected life forms thriving deep within Earth's crust. In 2018, a study revealed that microorganisms have survived in deep rock layers for millions of years, proving that life can exist without sunlight. If Agartha is real, its civilization would need a functioning ecosystem with access to food, water, and oxygen. Some ancient texts claim that Agartha's water sources are purer and cleaner than anything found on the surface. But where do these underground rivers and lakes originate? Certain theories suggest that Agartha's massive subterranean oceans and underground water systems provide the foundation for life deep beneath Earth. Additionally, Agartha's plants may have unique ways of producing oxygen, allowing for a stable environment without surface air. If these theories are correct, then an entire self-sustaining biosphere could exist beneath our world. Is there a map of Agartha? Some ancient texts and esoteric documents claim that detailed maps of Agartha exist. These maps supposedly indicate specific gateways between the surface and the underground world. Some of these entrances have been linked to Antarctica, Tibet, the Amazon, the North Pole, underground cities across the world. If these maps are authentic, it suggests that Agartha is not completely isolated. It has connections to the surface world that may still be active today. And perhaps, without realizing it, we are still feeling the effects of Agartha's presence. Is Earth only what we see on the surface? Until now, humanity has focused only on exploring Earth's surface, but perhaps the greatest secrets lie deep below. While we cannot yet confirm Agartha's existence, it is undeniable that Earth's interior still holds many mysteries waiting to be uncovered. If Agartha were to be revealed one day, it would not only change our understanding of history, it could redefine humanity itself. But the real question remains, are we ready for this discovery? The sun underground. Does Agartha have its own light source? According to the legends of Agartha, this mysterious underground world possesses its own source of light. Is this merely a myth? Or could it be a scientifically explainable reality? If Agartha truly exists as a hidden civilization beneath the earth, what kind of light source sustains life there? Without sunlight, it would be impossible for plants to grow, the water cycle to function, and life to thrive. However, ancient texts describe a massive light source within Agartha, something resembling an underground sun. But how could such a phenomenon exist? Could Agartha have its own sun? Some theories suggest that Earth's interior may contain a sky-like system, similar to what we see on the surface. Occult texts describe a central energy source within Agartha, illuminating the entire inner world. Could the inhabitants of Agartha have created an artificial sun? This theory is based on several intriguing ideas. Certain crystals can reflect and amplify energy, creating natural illumination. The Earth's inner core produces electromagnetic energy, which could generate light in specific regions. Ancient accounts describe a sky-like atmosphere inside Agartha, with a glowing energy source instead of a sun. So, what exactly could this light source be? Bioluminescence, nature's own light. Some scientists believe that Agartha's light source could be a natural biological phenomenon known as bioluminescence. Bioluminescence is the ability of certain organisms to produce their own light, even in total darkness. For example, some deep-sea creatures generate their own illumination, despite living in environments completely devoid of sunlight. If Agartha's plant life has evolved similar bioluminescent properties, then its civilization may have access to a completely natural light source. Could this mean that Agartha is an entirely self-sustaining ecosystem, completely independent from the surface world, crystals and energy sources? Some ancient texts suggest that Agartha is illuminated by massive crystals that act as natural light generators. Could these crystals absorb magnetic energy from the Earth's core and convert it into light? Interestingly, modern scientific research has shown that certain crystals can store and release electrical energy. If the inhabitants of Agartha have learned to harness such crystals, they could be powering their underground cities with an endless source of illumination. But do these crystals actually exist? Some researchers believe that undiscovered energy sources may still lie deep within the earth, waiting to be found. Ancient texts and the inner sun. Agartha's light source is not only mentioned in modern theories, but also in ancient writings. For example, Hindu and Buddhist teachings describe sacred underground cities that are illuminated by a mysterious inner light. Ancient Middle Eastern texts refer to a hidden realm beneath the earth, where the sky glows like a second sun. Are these accounts describing a real scientific phenomenon, or are they purely mythological? If they are based on reality, how did this inner sun come to exist? And the biggest question of all, is this light source natural, or was it artificially created? The underground sun and universal energy. Some mystical traditions claim that Agartha's light source is more than just a physical energy, it is also a spiritual force. Certain esoteric beliefs suggest that this light is a reflection of universal consciousness, and that the inhabitants of Agartha have harnessed this energy for enlightenment. Could this be an unknown energy source that surface dwellers have never accessed? And if so, why has this knowledge been hidden from humanity? And more importantly, if the truth about Agartha's light source is ever revealed, how will it change the future of our world? Who are the beings living in Agartha? The legend of Agartha is not just about a hidden underground world. It also raises the question of who inhabits it. If Agartha truly exists, who are its people? Some ancient texts describe the inhabitants of Agartha as being far more advanced than surface humans, both spiritually enlightened and possessing great wisdom. However, other accounts suggest that they are entirely different from us, perhaps even non-human entities. Could these beings actually be human, or have we, throughout history, mistaken the people of Agartha for gods or extraterrestrials? And if they are still living beneath the earth, why don't they communicate with us? Underground beings in mythology. Throughout history, numerous cultures have spoken of hidden races living beneath the earth. In some traditions, they are described as wise and peaceful beings. In others, they are seen as mysterious and fearsome shadows. For example, Hindu mythology speaks of the Nagas, serpent-like beings who live underground and possess great knowledge. Celtic legends tell of the Tuatha De Danann, a mystical race that retreated beneath the earth to escape human civilization. Ancient Middle Eastern and Sumerian texts mention the Anunnaki, godlike beings who supposedly once walked among humans, but primarily resided underground. Could these stories be echoes of a real underground civilization? If so, then who are the true inhabitants of Agartha? The physical and spiritual characteristics of Agartha's people. According to some esoteric texts, the people of Agartha are vastly different from modern humans. They are said to be taller, more intelligent, and spiritually evolved. Some sources claim they can live for hundreds or even thousands of years. But is this biologically possible? Modern science has shown that under certain conditions, human cells can regenerate and slow down aging. If Agartha's environment contains a different atmosphere and unique energy systems, could its inhabitants have found a way to prolong their lifespans? Some theories suggest that Agartha has a strong internal energy field, and the electromagnetic properties of this environment might slow down aging. If this is true, could the people of Agartha have discovered the secret to immortality? Is there a connection between Agartha's people and surface humans? Some ancient texts suggest that the inhabitants of Agartha occasionally emerge to share knowledge with humanity. These accounts bear striking similarities to legends of gods and wise teachers guiding mankind. Buddhist teachings speak of enlightened beings from Shambhala who periodically return to uplift humanity. Some ancient writings suggest that pharaohs, Mayan priests, and Indian sages received wisdom from underground beings. If this is true, did humanity's great civilizations actually receive guidance from an underground race? And if so, why did this connection end? Perhaps the people of Agartha feared humanity's self-destructive nature and chose to isolate themselves. But what if they are still watching us? And perhaps, as we continue searching for Agartha, they are waiting for the right time to reconnect. Are we ready to meet Agartha's people? If Agartha truly exists, and its inhabitants are far more advanced than us, how do they perceive us? Could the reason they do not communicate with us be because humanity is not yet ready for such knowledge? Perhaps, as we search for Agartha, they are observing us from the shadows. But the greatest question remains: if the gates of Agartha were to open one day, would humanity be ready for what lies beyond? Agartha and the gods of mythology. For thousands of years, humanity has worshipped gods from the sky, mystical beings, and supernatural forces. But what if these gods didn't come from the sky, but from beneath the earth? Across world mythology, countless stories describe gods, wise beings, and semi-divine entities with connections to the underground world. According to some accounts, the great leaps in human civilization were not gifts from celestial gods, but rather from beings that emerged from below. Could the ancient gods have actually been the inhabitants of Agartha? And if so, why did they retreat from us? The gods beneath the earth, traces of Agartha in mythology. Many ancient civilizations believed that their gods either came from underground or resided there. For example, Hindu mythology describes the Nagas, mystical serpent-like beings who lived beneath the earth and shared knowledge with humanity. Greek mythology places Hades' kingdom underground, where non-human entities dwelled alongside the dead. Sumerian mythology tells of the god Enki, who lived underground before emerging to share wisdom with humans. Norse mythology speaks of dwarves, who were keepers of powerful secrets and hidden knowledge deep beneath the surface. Could all these stories hint at the existence of a hidden underground civilization? Underground gods and their connection to humanity. Some ancient texts describe underground beings periodically emerging to interact with humans. Particularly in Hindu and Tibetan scriptures, there are accounts of wise beings from underground who came to teach humanity about technology, astronomy, and spirituality. Did these hidden entities once walk among us and share their knowledge? If so, why did they disappear? One theory suggests that as human civilization advanced, these beings chose to retreat, Perhaps they realized that humans were misusing the knowledge they had given. Rather than intervening further, they withdrew underground, choosing to observe from a distance instead. But what if they one day decide to return? Agartha and the Anunnaki connection. In Sumerian mythology, gods were said to have created humans and taught them how to build civilization. These gods were known as the Anunnaki. Some researchers speculate that the Anunnaki were not extraterrestrials, but rather the inhabitants of Agartha. If this is true, then one of the greatest secrets in human history has been hidden from us. Are they still communicating with us today? If the beings of Agartha once communicated with humans, could that connection still exist today? Some mystical traditions claim that once humanity reaches a certain level of consciousness, the people of Agartha will reveal themselves again. But the real question is, are we ready for this knowledge? And if the ancient gods were to return, how would the world react? The lost technologies of Agartha, an advanced civilization. If Agartha is indeed a real underground civilization, what kind of technology could its inhabitants possess? Ancient texts describe the people of Agartha as being far more technologically advanced than surface humans. Some claims suggest that they control magnetic energy, harness free energy sources, and even manipulate the laws of physics. But the real question is, if these technologies once existed, why were they never shared with humanity? Or have they been secretly hidden within human history all along? And if the people of Agartha still have access to these lost technologies, are they still using them today? Ancient texts and Agartha's advanced technologies. Many ancient cultures speak of mysterious devices and extraordinary machines with unexplained powers. For example, Hindu mythology describes Vimanas, flying machines that could hover in the sky, disappear instantly, and even travel between stars. Ancient Egyptian and Mayan texts mention levitating massive stone blocks, as if gravity was being manipulated. Tibetan monks have claimed that they could lift heavy stones into the air using sound vibrations and specific mantras. Could these accounts indicate that the inhabitants of Agartha had mastered gravity and energy manipulation? Hidden energy sources beneath the earth. Some theories suggest that Agartha does not rely on fossil fuels, but instead uses free energy systems. Certain researchers believe that Nikola Tesla's free energy experiments were actually rediscovering lost Agarthan knowledge. Potential energy sources used by Agartha might include crystal energy, enormous crystals capable of absorbing and storing energy, magnetic field control, harnessing the Earth's natural magnetic forces to generate limitless power, gravity manipulation, using high-frequency vibrations to lift and transport objects effortlessly. But if these technologies were real, why have they disappeared from human history? Evidence of lost technologies in history. Throughout history, we encounter mysterious structures that seem impossible to build using the primitive tools of their time. For example, the Great Pyramid of Giza still lacks a definitive explanation for its construction methods. The Baalbek Temple in Lebanon contains 200-ton stone blocks, which modern technology still struggles to move. Puma Punku in Bolivia features stones cut with laser-like precision, despite being thousands of years old. These structures demonstrate engineering capabilities far beyond their respective eras. Could these monuments have been built using Agarthan technology? And if so, why was this knowledge hidden or lost? Does Agartha still hold these lost technologies? Some researchers believe that humanity once possessed this knowledge, but lost it due to misuse or destruction. Perhaps the inhabitants of Agartha realized that their technologies were too dangerous in the wrong hands, so they chose to isolate themselves from the surface world. But now, the world is on the verge of a technological transformation. We are rediscovering energy systems, advancing in quantum physics, and uncovering lost historical knowledge. If humanity rediscovers these ancient secrets, Could it reopen the connection with Agartha? And if this happens, are we ready to use this knowledge responsibly? The lost civilizations and their connection to Agartha, Egypt, Maya, Sumer, and Atlantis. The world's oldest and greatest civilizations, the Egyptians, the Mayans, the Sumerians, and even the lost continent of Atlantis. These civilizations emerged thousands of kilometers apart in different time periods, with no apparent contact between them. But there is one fascinating detail they all share. They all speak of a hidden underground world. Is this just a coincidence? Or did these ancient civilizations truly have a connection to Agartha? And if they did, who gave them this knowledge? Most importantly, why was this connection eventually severed? The Egyptian civilization and the underground connection. When we think of Egypt, we immediately think of pyramids. But pyramids are more than just massive stone structures. Some researchers believe that the pyramids have hidden underground passageways that extend deep beneath the earth. In fact, beneath the Giza pyramids, an underground tunnel system has already been discovered. Could these tunnels be gateways to Agartha? Ancient Egyptian texts mention that the god Osiris ruled over the underworld. Some accounts even suggest that Osiris was a wise being who arrived on the surface world, shared his knowledge, and later returned underground. Could Osiris and his people have been part of Agartha? And if so, why did they stop communicating with humanity? The Mayan civilization and the kingdoms below the Maya believed that their knowledge came from beings of non-human origin. But there's another intriguing aspect. The Mayans considered underground passageways sacred. For example, beneath Chichen Itza, a massive system of caves and tunnels has been discovered. The Mayans believed that these caves were gateways to the afterlife. But what if these tunnels were more than just mythological symbols? Could they have actually been real pathways to Agartha? Why did the Mayans invest so much effort in building massive underground cities? Could it be that they were in direct contact with beings who lived beneath the surface? The Sumerians and the Anunnaki, the true rulers of Agartha. The Sumerians are recognized as one of the oldest civilizations in history, but their ancient tablets mention gods who lived underground and bestowed knowledge upon humans. The Anunnaki were said to be divine beings who guided human civilization. However, some Sumerian texts describe how the Anunnaki periodically returned to their underground realm. Could this be an early reference to Agartha? If so, did the Anunnaki once walk among humans before eventually retreating back underground? Atlantis and the Agartha connection. Atlantis is known as one of the greatest lost civilizations in history. According to Plato, Atlantis was highly advanced, possessing incredible technology and knowledge. But at some point, a catastrophic disaster submerged Atlantis beneath the ocean. However, some theories suggest that the people of Atlantis were not entirely destroyed. Instead, they migrated underground, seeking refuge in Agartha. Some occult texts describe how the people of Atlantis withdrew to a place known as the Kingdom of Light. Could this be another name for Agartha? And if Atlantis merged with Agartha, could its technology and wisdom still be hidden beneath the earth? Are ancient civilizations hiding the same truth? The Egyptians, the Mayans, the Sumerians, and Atlantis. Why do they all speak of underground worlds? Are these just ancient myths, or is there a hidden truth about humanity's history that has been erased? If these civilizations truly had contact with Agartha, why was this knowledge lost? And perhaps the biggest question of all, are we ready to restore this ancient connection once again? Underground crystals, lost energy sources. Legends of Agartha suggest that this ancient underground civilization possessed immense energy sources. However, This energy was not based on fossil fuels or conventional modern technology. Some texts claim that Agartha generated power using massive crystals. Could these crystals have powered floating vehicles, illuminated vast underground cities, and even influenced human consciousness? If so, can humanity rediscover Agartha's lost energy sources? And if this knowledge exists, why has it been hidden from us? The mysterious power of crystals, myth or reality? The idea that crystals store and transmit energy is not just an esoteric belief. It has some basis in modern science. For example, quartz crystals are still used today in watches, computers, and electronic circuits. Ancient texts, however, describe crystals not only as energy conductors, but also as powerful energy centers. Could the people of Agartha have discovered these secrets thousands of years ago? If so, why was this knowledge never passed on to surface civilizations? Lost crystal technologies in history. Throughout history, various ancient civilizations have attributed mystical powers to crystals. Atlantis was said to have used giant crystals to generate energy, fueling its advanced civilization. Inside the Egyptian pyramids, researchers have discovered chambers that may have contained crystal structures. Hindu mythology speaks of the Chintamani stone, a sacred crystal believed to contain immense knowledge. Were these crystals merely symbols of spiritual power, or were they remnants of a lost technology? Agartha's crystal cities and energy fields. Some esoteric texts claim that Agartha's grand cities were illuminated by massive energy crystals. Could these crystals interact with Earth's natural magnetic fields to produce a limitless power source? Modern science has shown that certain crystals can generate energy when exposed to magnetic fields. Could this mean that Agartha developed a completely renewable and unlimited energy system? And if so, why has this technology been hidden from humanity? Crystals and modern technology. Some researchers speculate that major corporations and governments may have already uncovered these secrets. Could it be that this technology is so powerful that it has been kept hidden to prevent it from falling into the wrong hands? Perhaps Agartha chose isolation to ensure that this energy source was not misused. But as the modern world faces an energy crisis, could this knowledge resurface once again? And if it does, are we truly ready to wield this power responsibly? The gates of Agartha. Where are the hidden portals? According to legends, Agartha is not completely disconnected from the surface world. Ancient texts suggest that portals leading underground exist at specific locations around the world. These gateways once allowed contact between surface dwellers and the people of Agartha, but at some point, these portals were sealed, the gates were closed, and Agartha's people disappeared from human history. But do these gates still exist today? And if someone finds them, can they be reopened? Where are the entrances to Agartha? According to ancient maps and historical texts, Agartha's gateways are hidden around the world. Some of the suspected locations include Potala Palace, Tibet. Tibetan monks claim that a vast tunnel system beneath the palace leads to Agartha. Mato Grosso, Brazil. Deep in the Amazon rainforest, massive underground caves and tunnels have been discovered. Antarctica. Some theories suggest that the Nazis found an entrance to Agartha in this remote icy continent. The pyramids of Egypt. Some researchers believe that hidden passageways beneath the Giza pyramids lead to Agartha. The North and South Poles. According to Admiral Byrd's reports, these regions contain massive openings into the Earth's interior. Are these separate discoveries, or are they all part of a larger hidden network leading to Agartha? Why were the portals sealed? Ancient texts suggest that the inhabitants of Agartha once communicated with surface humans, but at some point, this connection was cut off. Possible reasons include Agartha's people realized that sharing their knowledge with surface humans was too dangerous. Wars and disasters on the surface forced them to seal the gates. they made a conscious decision to withdraw and remain hidden. However, some theories claim that these gates are still active. Perhaps they open at specific times, or can only be accessed by those with the right knowledge or frequency of consciousness, and maybe without us realizing. Some people have already entered these portals, secret expeditions and missing explorers. Many explorers and researchers who searched for Agartha have mysteriously vanished. Some of the most intriguing cases include early 1900s Amazon expedition. A research team that reported finding underground cave systems in the jungle disappeared without a trace. Western explorers in Tibet. Some reports suggest that certain monks shared hidden maps, and those who saw them were never seen again. Antarctica's lost teams. Declassified documents suggest that secret American and Soviet expeditions to Antarctica went missing under unknown circumstances. Did these explorers find the entrance to Agartha? And if so, why didn't they ever return? Can the gates of Agartha be reopened? Even today, countless underground tunnels, caves, and passageways remain unexplored. Perhaps some of Agartha's entrances are still waiting to be discovered. But the biggest question remains: if these gates open again, is humanity truly ready? Earth's energy lines and Agartha's hidden connection. Earth is not just a collection of land masses and oceans beneath the surface. An intricate web of energy lines stretches across the planet. These ley lines are believed to form a natural energy grid, and ancient civilizations were well aware of their significance. Many of the world's most sacred structures, temples, and even pyramids were built at the intersections of these energy lines. Some researchers suggest that ley lines are not just energy pathways, but coordinates marking portals to Agartha. Mysterious locations associated with Agartha legends, such as Antarctica, Tibet, Egypt, and the Amazon, align perfectly with the most powerful ley line junctions. These energy lines are directly linked to Earth's magnetic field, but how did ancient civilizations understand and use these energy flows? Even with modern technology, many of their engineering marvels remain unexplained. Could it be that Agartha's inhabitants once guided humans, teaching them how to harness this energy? Over time, however, these energy flows changed. Wars, natural disasters, and global shifts may have disrupted the connection. Could some portals still be active where ley lines intersect? And is humanity on the verge of rediscovering these ancient pathways, ancient civilizations, and their connection to energy lines? One of the most fascinating aspects of ley lines is that many ancient structures were built precisely along these paths. The Great Pyramid of Giza, located at a major ley line intersection. Studies show that the pyramid generates electromagnetic energy, behaving like a natural conductor. Stonehenge. This prehistoric monument was strategically placed on one of the Earth's most powerful ley line crossings. The reason for its unique stone arrangement remains a mystery. Machu Picchu, situated high in the Andes, this lost city was built on a high energy zone, just like Agartha is described in legends. Electromagnetic anomalies have been detected in the area. Easter Island, famous for its giant moai statues, the island also has unexplored underground structures. Many believe it was part of an ancient ley line network. Did these civilizations instinctively know the power of these sites, or were they taught by a more advanced civilization? Perhaps the people of Agartha, ley lines, and magnetic anomalies. Modern science has confirmed that Earth's magnetic field is constantly shifting, and certain areas experience unusual disturbances. Interestingly, some of these anomalies overlap with ancient myths about lost portals. The Bermuda Triangle, a region where ships and planes mysteriously vanish, often linked to energy distortions. The Himalayas, known for strange magnetic anomalies and mystical legends surrounding secret underground cities. The Pacific Ocean's isolated islands. Some researchers believe Hidden electromagnetic zones exist deep underwater, remote African regions. Reports of unusual gravitational shifts and unexplained lights in the sky. Some theories propose that certain ley lines become more active at specific times, allowing portals to open. Could Agartha's gateways still be operational? Are energy lines the key to reaching Agartha? Ancient civilizations may have used these energy lines to maintain a direct connection with Agartha. Perhaps humans once traveled along these ley lines, accessing portals to the inner world, but over time, this knowledge was lost or deliberately hidden. As modern science advances, we are beginning to map Earth's energy grid more precisely. Perhaps one day, we will unlock the ancient pathways once again. If that day comes, one question remains. Are the people of Agartha ready to reconnect with us, or are we still not ready to reach them? The time perception of Agartha. Does time flow differently there? The legend of Agartha is not just about a hidden underground civilization. Some accounts suggest that time itself does not function the same way there. Throughout history, those who claimed contact with Agartha have said that the greatest difference between their world and ours is time perception. Some ancient texts claim that one day in Agartha is equal to several years on the surface. If true, does this mean that someone who enters Agartha would return to the surface to find that decades or even centuries had passed? Is this scientifically possible? Some theories propose that Agartha exists within a different energy field, and that its time flow is directly influenced by magnetic forces. Could this be more than just legend, or is there a scientific basis for this claim? Historical records of time distortion. Throughout history, various ancient cultures have spoken of places where time flows differently. Tibetan monks have stories of meditators who enter deep trances, experiencing only hours or days while years pass in the outside world. Hindu scriptures describe gods who spend a day on earth, but return to find that thousands of years have passed in their own realm. Norse mythology tells of heroes who descend into the underworld and return to find that their families and kingdoms have long since vanished. Are these merely myths, or do they contain hints of a real phenomenon? Modern physics suggests that strong magnetic fields and gravitational anomalies could influence the passage of time. If Agartha exists within a unique magnetic zone, could time truly flow differently there? Einstein's theory of relativity and Agartha, the idea of time distortion, is not just ancient folklore, it also aligns with modern physics. Albert Einstein's theory of general relativity states that time is not absolute. It changes depending on gravity and motion. For example, a clock on Earth's surface moves slightly slower than a clock in orbit due to the difference in gravitational force. Near a black hole, time would slow down so much that a person spending a few hours there could return to find thousands of years had passed elsewhere. This might sound like science fiction, but even GPS satellites today must adjust for relativity-based time distortions to function correctly. Could Agartha exist in a magnetic time distortion zone? If Agartha is surrounded by intense magnetic energy, could its time flow be different? If so, does this mean that anyone who enters Agartha would experience a form of time travel? Could this also explain why Agartha's people are described as wise and technologically advanced? Time travel theories and Agartha. Some scientists believe that time travel is theoretically possible under extreme gravitational and electromagnetic conditions. If Agartha operates on a different timeline, could those who enter it return to a changed world? If the inhabitants of Agartha have lived for centuries or even millennia, does this explain their superior knowledge and technology? Perhaps this is why they avoid contact with the surface world, because our perception of time is too limited. Can Earth's time be altered? Recent research suggests that Earth's magnetic fields are shifting. and that the poles may be in motion. Some scientists speculate that such changes in magnetism could affect time perception. If Agartha exists within a magnetic anomaly, could its influence on time extend to the surface world? And if the portals to Agartha reopen, will humanity finally step into a world where time flows differently? The gateways to Agartha. Who has passed through them? Throughout history, explorers, mystics, and scientists have sought clues about underground passages leading to hidden realms. Some vanished inside deep caves, never to return. Others spoke cryptically of their experiences, leaving behind more mysteries than answers. Did anyone truly enter Agartha's hidden gateways? Ancient texts and esoteric teachings describe these entrances, yet modern times also bring reports of people mysteriously disappearing inside unexplored cave systems. Some say these individuals found Agartha and chose to stay. Others believe they were silenced to protect a secret too powerful to reveal. One thing is certain: those who went underground were never the same again. Explorers who mysteriously disappeared. Throughout history, several explorers sought Agartha's gateways, only to vanish or return with unsettling experiences. Some of these cases were recorded in history, while others remain buried in secret reports. The lost Amazon explorer, Percy Fawcett, 1925. The famous British explorer, Percy Fawcett, disappeared while searching for the city of Z, deep in the Brazilian jungle. His last writings describe enormous underground caves. Local tribes reported that Fawcett and his team entered a deep cavern and never returned. Did he find a gateway to Agartha beneath the Amazon? The missing British explorer in Tibet, Nicholas Roerich, 1920s, Russian-born mystic and explorer Nicholas Roerich, traveled to Tibet in search of Agartha and Shambhala. According to his journals, Tibetan monks revealed secret underground entrances to him. Yet, upon returning, he never disclosed what he truly saw. Instead, he spoke in cryptic messages, hinting at something too powerful to be shared with the world. Antarctica and Admiral Byrd's lost reports, 1947. During Operation High Jump, U.S. Admiral Richard Byrd flew over Antarctica and allegedly saw a massive opening into the Earth's interior. His secret diary describes a vast hidden land within the planet and encounters with unknown beings. After his mission, his reports were classified, and many believe the U.S. government censored his findings. The lost scientists of Dulce Base, 1980s. Rumors persist that scientists working at the Dulce Base in New Mexico vanished in secret underground tunnels. Some claim that the lowest levels of the base contain tunnels leading directly to Agartha. What did they experience underground? Those who claim to have entered underground passages reported strange anomalies that defy explanation. Magnetic distortions. Many explorers reported that compasses stopped working and electronic devices failed. Could this suggest that Agartha is protected by an electromagnetic shield? Time distortion. Some who ventured underground claimed they spent only a few hours exploring, yet when they returned, days or even weeks had passed. Did they unknowingly experience a shift in time? Mysterious light sources. People described vast underground chambers that glowed with an unknown light, even though no visible light source was present. Is Agartha powered by a lost form of energy? Encounters with hidden beings. Several reports describe meeting tall, radiant beings with larger eyes who seemed wiser and more advanced than humans. Could these be the ancient inhabitants of Agartha, or are they something else entirely? Are Agartha's gateways still active today? Some theories suggest that Agartha's entrances open only at specific times. Ancient civilizations may have once traveled freely between worlds, using specific knowledge to access these portals. But in modern times, They were either sealed or require a special frequency to activate. Certain unexplored cave systems, sudden disappearances, and classified government reports hint that some gateways may still exist. Could it be that Agartha's doors are still accessible, but only to those with the right consciousness? Will humanity ever unlock these gateways again? With advances in science and exploration, we may be closer than ever to rediscovering Agartha's lost entrances. If someone finds them, what happens next? Will they be allowed to return, or would they choose to stay in Agartha forever? Perhaps Agartha's people are watching us, waiting to see if humanity is worthy of this knowledge. After all, those who enter Agartha rarely come back, and maybe, just maybe, they never wanted to. The lost libraries and the Agartha connection throughout history. Many libraries have been mysteriously destroyed or lost. However, some researchers believe that the knowledge contained in these libraries was not completely erased, but rather hidden for a specific purpose. Some of the most significant lost libraries include Library of Alexandria, 3rd century BCE, 3rd century CE. It was the largest center of knowledge in the ancient world, containing tens of thousands of manuscripts on science, astronomy, mathematics, and human history. However, the library was destroyed in multiple fires and attacks. Could some of these texts have been moved to Agartha? Nalanda University, 5th century CE, TAE, India. This was one of the greatest centers of learning in world history, hosting scholars from India, China, Tibet, and the Middle East. In 1193, it was burned down by invaders, and thousands of manuscripts were lost. However, some monks are said to have used underground passages to preserve the knowledge. Maya and Aztec libraries, 16th century, South America. Spanish conquerors burned thousands of manuscripts containing sacred texts and astronomical knowledge of the indigenous peoples. However, some Maya priests claim to have taken part of this knowledge underground for safekeeping. Vatican secret archives. Deep within the Vatican, millions of documents remain inaccessible to the public. Could some of these documents contain records of extraterrestrial contact, secrets of ancient civilizations, and knowledge about Agartha? Was the information contained in these lost libraries completely destroyed, or were the most critical parts of these texts hidden in Agartha's underground archives? Evidence that Agartha preserved lost knowledge. Some mystical teachings suggest that Agartha is not just a physical underground city, but also a vast center of wisdom. Tibetan monks have written that the true history of the world is preserved underground. Certain sacred texts from India claim that all sciences and ancient wisdom are stored beneath the earth. Some occult groups even state that those who seek the true history of humanity must find the sages of Agartha. According to these teachings, Agartha holds a massive archive of knowledge, accessible only to those who have reached a certain level of awareness. Where are Agartha's archives? Researchers who believe Agartha safeguards ancient knowledge suggest that these records are hidden in specific locations. Some possible sites include Tibetan monasteries. Some Tibetan monasteries are said to have ancient manuscripts hidden beneath them for thousands of years. Himalayan mountains. There are legends of a mysterious underground library concealed within these peaks. Amazon rainforest. The Maya and Inca civilizations left stories suggesting they moved their knowledge underground. Antarctica. Some theories claim that the Nazis may have discovered an underground knowledge center there. Could these locations hold the key to humanity's lost history, suppressed knowledge, and the silence of the modern world? According to some theories, the world's most powerful institutions may have already gained access to Agartha's knowledge. The Vatican's secret archives, classified Pentagon reports, and deep research by major technology companies suggest that this knowledge may have reached modern society, but is being kept from the public. If Agartha truly possesses an archive of lost knowledge, it could transform humanity forever. History might need to be rewritten, but perhaps this knowledge will only be revealed to those who are ready for it. And maybe the sages of Agartha are still watching, guarding these secrets from the world. The spiritual sages of Agartha, a true center for awakening. Agartha is not only described as an advanced underground civilization, but also as a world inhabited by spiritually enlightened beings. According to some esoteric teachings, the people of Agartha are far more advanced than surface humans, both physically and spiritually. They are portrayed as beings who have completed humanity's evolution, reached the highest levels of consciousness, and fully understood the workings of the universe. These accounts suggest that Agartha is not just a physical world, but also a center for spiritual development. So what kind of life exists there? Have the inhabitants of Agartha truly reached the highest level of human consciousness? The spiritual sages of Agartha and hidden teachings. Esoteric sources contain many descriptions of the sages of Agartha. According to these accounts, Agartha's spiritual system is much older and more developed than the religions and teachings of the surface world. Some esoteric groups claim that this knowledge is occasionally passed on to selected individuals. For example, Tibetan monks claim that they connect with the sages of Agartha during meditation. Hindu mystics describe Shambhala as a spiritual center connected to extraterrestrial consciousness. Some Western occultists believe that great sages are hidden underground and occasionally guide humanity. Do these teachings indicate that Agartha is not just a physical city, but also a great center of consciousness, spiritual evolution, and the rise of consciousness? Some mystical sources suggest that the people of Agartha do not live a life dependent on material existence. They are said to have completed their mental and spiritual evolution and live at high vibrational frequencies. This aligns with the concept of fifth-dimensional consciousness described in certain spiritual teachings. Could the people of Agartha exist on a plane of reality that we are unable to perceive due to their higher level of consciousness? According to some accounts, these beings only appear to individuals who have reached a certain level of consciousness. This means that in order to communicate with them, one must elevate their own awareness. This idea resembles the mystical principle that only those who are worthy will receive the knowledge. Perhaps the people of Agartha are waiting for humanity to reach a specific level of understanding. Can those with a high level of consciousness see Agartha? Some meditation and spiritual techniques describe Agartha's pathways as not just physical, but also mental and spiritual. In other words, these gateways may not only be found in cave systems or underground cities, but may also be accessed through the mind and spirit. Supporting events include: some Tibetan monks claim that after prolonged meditation, they enter a different world. Hindu yogis describe reaching inner worlds during astral travel. Some modern spiritualists believe that when a high level of consciousness is attained, the gates of Agartha will open. Do these accounts suggest that Agartha is not just a physical location, but rather a different plane of existence that can be reached through consciousness? If so, can humanity ever reach that level? Is knowledge from Agartha being used today? Some esoteric groups propose that the sages of Agartha have guided the surface world at key moments in history. According to this theory, some of history's greatest philosophers, prophets, and wise figures may have been influenced by knowledge from Agartha. Was Buddha's enlightenment process supported by knowledge from Agartha? Did the genius of Leonardo da Vinci stem from this source? Were Nikola Tesla's ideas about free energy inspired by unknown wisdom? If Agartha has indeed guided humanity at certain times, could this connection still exist today? And perhaps the most important question is, are we ready to receive this knowledge? Underground rivers and hidden water sources, the lifeblood of Agartha. One of the most frequently mentioned elements in the legends of Agartha is the existence of massive underground rivers and unknown water sources. The oceans, lakes, and rivers we see on the surface are part of the known water cycle. However, some research suggests that the Earth's depths may contain even larger bodies of water. Some scientists propose that there could be water reserves underground that are even greater than the surface oceans. If Agartha is indeed a real civilization, how does this ancient society sustain its water supply? Are their water sources different from the rivers on the Earth's surface? And if these water sources are truly hidden underground, could they be sustaining a world we have yet to discover? Scientific discoveries. Are there massive water reserves underground? Recent geological studies have revealed that the underground water supply may be as vast as the Earth's oceans. In 2014, scientists discovered a massive water reservoir 600 kilometers beneath the Earth's surface. This water is trapped inside a mineral called ringwoodite. This discovery supports the idea that unknown ecosystems could exist deep within the Earth. Some researchers believe that this underground water could be linked to the rivers described in Agartha legends. If this is true, could there really be massive underground rivers, lakes, and even seas hidden beneath us? Could these hidden water systems sustain a vast ecosystem that surface humans have never explored? The rivers of Agartha. Ancient texts describing hidden waterways. Legends about Agartha frequently mention underground rivers of infinite clarity. These rivers may possess a different type of energy compared to surface water sources. Some mystical teachings suggest that this water contains a special energy and has healing effects when consumed. For example, Hindu mythology describes sacred underground rivers, the most famous being the Sarasvati River. Tibetan monks claim that during deep meditation, they can access the pure water sources of the inner world. Ancient European myths mention a kingdom beneath the earth where a mystical river flows, granting wisdom to those who drink from it. Are these just myths, or does Agartha truly have a unique and self-sustaining water cycle? The mysterious powers of underground water. Some researchers suggest that underground water is not just a drinking source, but also a carrier of energy. According to this theory, underground rivers may interact with the Earth's magnetic field and emit specific frequencies. Could this explain why Agartha is often described as a mystical place? Certain esoteric texts claim that drinking this water raises consciousness and enhances physical well-being. If true, could the people of Agartha be using this water intentionally? Perhaps this is why these water sources never reach the surface. Underground rivers and hidden cave systems. There are thousands of unexplored cave systems around the world. Some contain unknown water routes and tunnels that descend deep into the earth. Notable locations that may be connected to Agartha's water systems include Sundorm Cave, Texas, contains unknown rivers and vast unexplored chambers. Sac Actun Cave, Mexico, the world's longest underwater cave system. Some researchers believe it connects to underground rivers. Batagaica Crater, Siberia. Legends say this crater leads to underground passageways connected to a vast water system. Are these caves gateways to Agartha, or merely natural formations? Perhaps if we follow the underground rivers, we may find the doors to Agartha itself. Are Agartha's water sources still active? Some accounts suggest that Agartha's rivers and water sources are still flowing and remain completely independent of the surface world. This water may contain unknown minerals and energy-carrying elements. Modern science has yet to fully understand how underground water functions at such depths. But one day, if this water emerges and is discovered, it could change everything we know. Perhaps this water holds the key to not only human survival but also spiritual evolution, and maybe the greatest secret of Agartha is hidden within these waters. Ancient temples and structures hidden underground. Throughout history, humanity has built towering temples and massive structures reaching toward the sky. But a lesser-known fact remains. Some sacred structures were not only built on the surface, but also deep underground. Across various regions of the world, archaeologists have discovered underground temples, vast subterranean cities, and intricate tunnel systems, many of which defy conventional explanations. Why were these structures built underground? Who constructed them? And for what purpose? More importantly, could these structures be gateways connecting the surface world to Agartha? Mysterious underground temples around the world. Archaeologists have uncovered many underground temples from the past. However, some of these structures appear too advanced to be explained by known historical timelines. Notable underground temples include Derinkuyu underground city, Turkey. Located in Cappadocia, Derinkuyu was built to house up to 20,000 people. The structure includes ventilation systems, water wells, and sacred temples carved deep into the rock. Some researchers believe this city was not just a refuge from invaders, but rather a site hiding a greater mystery. Ellora Caves, India. This temple complex was carved entirely from a single rock formation. Even today, modern engineers struggle to explain the techniques used to achieve such precision. Hindu texts mention that these temples were connected to a sacred realm hidden beneath the earth. Hypogeum of Al-Saflini, Malta, dating back to 4000 BCE. This underground structure served as a major religious center. Inside, a chamber known as the Oracle Room was discovered, producing unknown sound frequencies. Some mystical sources claim this site was a temple for communicating with wise beings from beneath the earth. Shinkoku temples, Japan. Ancient Japanese legends suggest that these temples were connected to gateways built by the people of Agartha. Rituals performed at these sites were believed to establish contact with otherworldly entities. Despite being built in different locations and periods, these temples share a common feature. They all contain underground passageways leading to unknown depths. Could this be mere coincidence, or were these temples intentionally built as sacred sites to establish contact with Agartha? The purpose of underground temples. Were these temples simply built for protection, or was there a greater purpose behind them? Some researchers believe these structures were created to serve as communication points between humans and the beings of Agartha. Certain theories suggest that these temples were built directly above portals that would open at specific times. Could this mean that underground cities were not just shelters, but also centers of spiritual and technological significance? Secret tunnels and hidden passages within temples. Many ancient temples contain undiscovered tunnels leading deep into the earth. Notably, hidden passageways have been discovered beneath the Great Pyramids of Egypt. Massive underground cave systems have been reported in the Amazon rainforest. Romania's Busegi Mountains contain vast tunnels extending deep underground. Could these structures be connected in a global underground network? If so, is it possible that some of these tunnels still lead to Agartha? Perhaps all sacred sites around the world were once linked to Agartha in ancient times, and perhaps this knowledge was deliberately concealed from humanity. Can underground temples be rediscovered? Even today, thousands of underground caves and hidden structures remain unexplored. As modern technology advances, will it one day reveal the traces of Agartha? If these underground temples were truly used to communicate with Agartha in the past, perhaps the gateways could open once again, and humanity may finally rediscover the ancient connection it lost long ago. The Agartha and UFO connection. Is there a link to extraterrestrial beings? Is Agartha merely a lost underground civilization? Or is it a center of consciousness connected to beings from different corners of the universe. The idea that Agartha and extraterrestrial entities are linked has been present in esoteric teachings for centuries. Some theories suggest that Agartha is not only a hidden chapter in humanity's history, but also a sanctuary for non-human civilizations. According to this theory, Agartha is not just a lost city beneath the Earth's surface. It could be a portal or a base used by highly advanced beings. But is there any evidence supporting this connection? Nazis, UFOs, and secret Antarctic bases. During World War II, the Nazis were known to conduct large-scale research in Antarctica. In 1943, one of Hitler's secret projects involved the establishment of a base in Neuschwabenland, New Swabia, in Antarctica. Some historical documents suggest that the Nazis were searching for a gateway to Agartha in this region. It is believed that towards the end of the war, the Nazis retreated to Antarctica and attempted to communicate with extraterrestrial entities. After the war, the US launched Operation High Jump, 1946-47, sending Admiral Richard Byrd to Antarctica. According to Byrd's reports, his team witnessed anomalous weather events and unidentified flying objects, UFOs, over the icy continent. This incident sparked numerous conspiracy theories. Did the Nazis establish contact with Agartha? Did they gain access to unknown technology hidden beneath the ice? Ancient texts on Agartha and celestial beings. Many ancient texts describe beings living underground with direct connections to the stars. Hindu mythology mentions Vimanas, flying vehicles that reportedly emerged from underground sacred cities. Tibetan monks claim that during meditation, they received teachings from sky beings linked to Agartha. Ancient Egyptian texts speak of underground gods who descended from the stars to guide humanity. Are these merely myths, or did ancient civilizations maintain real contact with extraterrestrial entities and advanced underground beings? Modern UFO sightings and underground bases. In modern times, UFO sightings have been heavily concentrated in specific locations. Interestingly, many of these areas coincide with places linked to Agartha legends. Antarctica. In recent years, reports have surfaced of unknown objects flying over the ice, as well as radar detections of anomalies beneath the glaciers. Tibet and the Himalayas. Locals claim that mysterious flying objects disappear into the mountains. Dulce Base, USA, a secret underground facility in New Mexico, where experiments involving non-human beings are rumored to take place. Amazon rainforest. Indigenous tribes speak of mysterious orbs of light appearing and disappearing within the jungle. If UFOs are real and are frequently spotted above these regions, could they be linked to an unknown underground force? And is that force Agartha itself? Agartha, a refuge for extraterrestrial beings. Some spiritual sources suggest that Agartha may serve as a gateway for extraterrestrial beings. This theory proposes that Agartha is not just a human civilization, but also a place where advanced beings interact with Earth. Certain esoteric groups claim that some extraterrestrial beings remain hidden in Agartha, only communicating with select individuals. Is this information being deliberately withheld from the public? Agartha and the preservation of extraterrestrial knowledge. Some occult traditions suggest that Agartha is not merely an underground city, it is a repository of universal wisdom. According to this belief, Agartha's inhabitants have safeguarded advanced knowledge from extraterrestrial sources, and will only reveal it when humanity is ready. Certain modern occultists claim, when the gates of Agartha open, a great meeting between humans and extraterrestrial beings will occur. Is this merely a legend, or are we approaching a time when Agartha's secrets will be revealed? Conclusion. When will Agartha's secrets be unveiled? Even today, some people who claim to have had contact with extraterrestrial beings suggest that these entities are connected to underground civilizations. Could Agartha be not just an ancient lost world, but also a hidden center for extraterrestrial human interaction? If this theory is true, Then when Agartha's gates open, humanity will not only rediscover its past, it may also uncover the universe's most profound mysteries. But the real question is, why is this knowledge being hidden from us? And most importantly, are we ready for the truth? Mysterious disappearances, but these people have reached Agartha. One of the greatest mysteries in history is the disappearance of people without a trace. Some vanished in the wilderness, others were lost at sea, but some individuals disappeared under highly unusual circumstances, as if they were erased from existence. Certain theories suggest that some of these people may have unknowingly or deliberately entered Agartha through hidden underground gateways. Throughout history, explorers, scientists, and ordinary people have gone missing while investigating underground mysteries. If they truly reached Agartha, why didn't they ever return? Mysterious disappearances that could be linked to Agartha. While some disappearances can be explained by natural causes, others leave behind huge question marks. Here are some of the most intriguing missing person cases that might be connected to Agartha. 1. Percy Fawcett and the Lost City of Zay, 1925, Amazon rainforest. The famous explorer Percy Fawcett vanished while searching for a lost civilization in the Amazon. In his last message, he claimed to have found deep caves and traces of an unknown civilization. After that, he was never seen again. Some Amazonian tribes believe that Fawcett entered an underground world and never returned. Could he have found a gateway to Agartha? 2. Admiral Richard Byrd and the Antarctic discovery, 1947. Admiral Richard Byrd, one of the most famous explorers of the North and South Poles, experienced a mysterious event during one of his flights. According to his diary, he saw a huge opening in the ice and was drawn inside. Inside, he reportedly met beings from an unknown civilization. However, his reports were quickly classified and censored by the government. Did Byrd really discover an entrance to Agartha? And if so, why was this information hidden? 3. The sudden disappearance of David Lang, 1880, USA. In 1880, an American farmer named David Lang mysteriously disappeared in the middle of an open field. His family witnessed him vanish into thin air. No hole, no portal, no explanation. It was as if he had stepped into another dimension. Some researchers believe this could have been an Agartha portal activation. If he truly crossed into another world, where is he now? The Bermuda Triangle and vanishing travelers. The Bermuda Triangle is one of the most notorious locations for mysterious disappearances. Pilots and sailors who entered this area have sent messages describing strange vortexes, time distortions, and being pulled into unknown dimensions. Some speculate that the Bermuda Triangle might be a natural energy portal leading to Agartha. Could it be that certain areas on Earth have hidden gateways to the underground world? Ancient texts and legends about vanishing people. Many ancient scriptures and myths talk about people mysteriously entering underground realms and never returning. The Hindu epic Mahabharata describes sages entering the earth and reaching another world. Tibetan monks claim that some masters disappeared during deep meditation, physically shifting to another dimension. European folklore tells of heroes who traveled underground and returned centuries later, only to find that the world had changed. Are these just myths, or did some individuals truly step into Agartha? Why didn't they return? If some of these lost individuals entered Agartha, why didn't they come back? There could be several explanations. Miseza Faf. They were welcomed by Agartha's inhabitants and chose to stay. Miseza Faf. Returning to the surface was impossible due to unknown energy barriers. 3. Sezo Faf. Only those with a certain level of consciousness can leave. Some theories suggest that time flows differently in Agartha. It's possible that one day there feels like centuries on the surface. Perhaps one day, someone who disappeared long ago might suddenly return unchanged, while centuries have passed on Earth. Modern research. What do we know about mysterious disappearances? Today, scientists are investigating unexplained vanishings, particularly in specific geographic locations. Travelers who go missing in the Amazon rainforest, mountaineers who disappear without a trace in the Himalayas, explorers lost in Siberia's deep cave systems. Could these cases be linked to hidden entrances to Agartha? Even today, secretive groups are rumored to be searching for these ancient portals. Will the gates to Agartha open again? Perhaps one day, these hidden passageways will be rediscovered, and the truth behind these mysterious disappearances will finally be revealed. But the biggest question remains: if someone successfully entered Agartha, would they ever want to come back? Messengers from Agartha. Have they contacted humanity? One of the most intriguing aspects of Agartha's legend is the claim that its ancient underground civilization has at times emerged to make contact with humanity. Numerous ancient texts speak of mysterious sages who brought knowledge of science, spiritual awakening, and cosmic secrets to the surface world. These beings were often described as gods, enlightened masters, or celestial beings, but some theories suggest that they were neither mythological figures nor legendary heroes. They were messengers from Agartha. If so, has humanity encountered the sages of Agartha throughout history? And if they did, why has this knowledge been hidden? Agartha's sages in ancient texts. Many ancient civilizations across the world describe wisdom bringers who appeared from mountains, caves, or unknown cities to guide humanity. What's fascinating is that these accounts span across different cultures, separated by thousands of miles, yet share striking similarities. One Hindu text, Shambhala, and the Great Masters Hindu mythology, speaks of Shambhala, a hidden city of enlightened beings. According to these texts, great sages have emerged from this hidden realm to guide humanity, offering spiritual knowledge and wisdom. Could Shambhala be another name for Agartha? 2. Ancient Egypt, Thoth, and the keepers of hidden knowledge. Egyptian mythology tells of Thoth, the god of wisdom, who emerged from a vast underground knowledge center. Some occultists believe that Thoth was not a deity, but a messenger from Agartha, bringing advanced science, mathematics, and mystic teachings to the ancient world. 3. Tibet and the Lama monks. Tibetan monks recount stories of spiritual masters reaching enlightenment and making contact with beings from a hidden underground world. Some Buddhist texts suggest that high-ranking monks received knowledge directly from Agartha's enlightened beings. 4. South America, Viracocha, and the sages of the Andes. The Inca god Viracocha was described as a mysterious sage who emerged from the sea and taught civilization to the people. Some legends say that he and his followers came from underground, sharing knowledge before mysteriously vanishing. Are these stories mere myths, or were these great figures actually emissaries from Agartha? Did Agartha's beings make contact in modern times? One of the most controversial claims about Agartha is that contact with its inhabitants continues today. Some modern spiritual seekers and occult groups claim to have received knowledge from Agartha's masters. Tibetan monks say that during deep meditation, some reach Agartha's enlightened sages. Secret societies claim that their esoteric teachings originate from Agartha's wisdom keepers. UFO contactees have reported communication with advanced beings who reside underground. Since the mid-25th century, claims of contact with underground civilizations have increased. If these stories are true, does that mean Agartha is still reaching out to us? Are Agartha's sages still among us? Some esoteric traditions believe that Agartha's wise beings are still guiding humanity, but they do not intervene directly. Instead, they observe our progress, and will only reveal themselves when humanity reaches a higher state of consciousness. According to some theories, great leaders and philosophers may have been inspired by Agartha's wisdom. Secret societies may be protecting Agartha's knowledge, influencing global events. Individuals experiencing spiritual awakenings may unknowingly be receiving transmissions from Agartha. If this theory is correct, then Agartha is not just a physical place, but also a higher plane of consciousness. This would explain why only certain people claim to have seen or contacted its inhabitants. How could Agartha's wisdom change humanity? If Agartha's sages are truly connected to the surface world, how could their influence shape our future? Revolutionary scientific discoveries could emerge. Human consciousness could expand, leading to a new spiritual age. Lost knowledge could be recovered, rewriting history as we know it. Perhaps Agartha's wisdom contains truths that humanity has yet to understand. But the greatest question remains: are we truly ready to receive this knowledge? Modern research. What do governments and secret organizations know about Agartha? The legends of Agartha date back thousands of years, but in the modern world, research and hidden information about this subject are becoming more intriguing by the day. Some conspiracy theorists believe that major governments and secret organizations have known about Agartha's existence for a long time and have been keeping this knowledge hidden from the public. Do world leaders, military forces, and intelligence agencies really know something about Agartha? If they do, why are they keeping it a secret? And more importantly, why are the people who access this information silenced? Secret research on Agartha. Researchers who believe that Agartha is more than just a legend suggest that certain governments have been conducting serious investigations on this topic, especially from the mid-20th century onward. Some nations began conducting secret explorations in specific regions. Some of the most notable ones include the Nazis' Agartha research in Antarctica, 1938 to 1945. Nazi Germany established a base in Antarctica, believing that an ancient civilization existed beneath the ice. The Neuschwabenland, New Swabia region was thought to contain gateways leading underground. By the end of the war, documents related to this research were lost or classified. Admiral Richard Byrd's Antarctic Expedition, 1947, U.S. Admiral Richard Byrd was sent on a secret mission to Antarctica and made mysterious statements upon his return. In his journals, he described a massive opening leading underground and encountering an unknown civilization. However, these reports were quickly censored by the U.S. government. The Soviet Union's Himalayan research, 1950s to 1980s. During the Cold War, the Soviet Union conducted secret excavations in Tibet and the Himalayas. Reports claimed that tunnels leading underground and caves filled with unknown symbols were discovered. However, the findings were never disclosed to the public. U.S. Deep Underground Military Bases, DUMBs. The U.S. has built massive underground bases in Nevada, New Mexico, and Colorado. Dolce Base and Area 51 are the most well-known sites where secret experiments are allegedly conducted. Some reports suggest that certain bases might be connected to Agartha. Were these research projects truly about an underground civilization? If so, why were they conducted with such extreme secrecy? Why are governments hiding information about Agartha? Some researchers believe that if governments were to acknowledge Agartha's existence, the balance of power in the world would change completely. If Agartha truly possesses an advanced civilization, their technology could accelerate human progress. Our understanding of history could be completely rewritten. Energy sources and geopolitical power structures might shift drastically. Could this be why only an elite few control knowledge about Agartha? Some theories suggest that humanity's access to Agartha's knowledge is deliberately being restricted. Perhaps this is why many people researching Agartha are silenced or disappear without a trace. Secret meetings and hidden information about Agartha. Some claim that world leaders discuss Agartha's existence behind closed doors. These secretive gatherings might include Bilderberg meetings, a yearly meeting of global elites who shape the world economy and future policies. Some theorists believe that discussions about Agartha are part of their agenda. Bohemian Grove, a secretive retreat where the most powerful individuals in the US participate in mystical rituals. Some believe that Agartha's secrets are being discussed in these circles. Vatican archives. Deep within the Vatican, millions of classified documents are stored, hidden from public view. Could some of these documents contain proof of Agartha's existence? If these elite groups have knowledge of Agartha, why are they keeping it from the public? And more importantly, is humanity ready to learn the truth? What happens if the truth about Agartha is revealed? If one day the existence of Agartha is officially confirmed, it would be a revolutionary moment in human history. If major world governments are found to have known about this, will people still trust them? If Agartha's technology is exposed, will the fossil fuel and energy industries collapse? Is humanity prepared to accept Agartha's people and their knowledge? Perhaps this is why this information is still kept from us. But one thing is certain, as technology advances, new discoveries are made, and people continue to search for answers. The secret of Agartha cannot remain hidden forever. So, when will the truth finally come out? And most importantly, when we do uncover this knowledge, how will we use it? Agartha and esoteric societies. Who protects the hidden knowledge? The legends of Agartha are not just myths passed down among the people. Throughout history, numerous esoteric societies have claimed that this ancient knowledge was transmitted only to select individuals and kept hidden from the general public. Are these secret societies led by individuals who are aware of Agartha's existence, or perhaps even in direct contact with it? If so, why is this knowledge concealed from humanity? And most importantly, who are the guardians of this secret? Esoteric societies connected to Agartha throughout history. Several secret organizations claim to have preserved knowledge about Agartha for centuries. The common characteristics of these groups include a deep focus on ancient wisdom and hidden knowledge, possession of old texts indicating knowledge of gateways to Agartha, conducting secret rituals and teachings that are not shared with ordinary people. Here are some major esoteric societies believed to be connected to Agartha. 1. Tibetan monks and the wisdom of Shambhala. Some Tibetan monks have preserved ancient texts that mention vast wisdom centers hidden underground. In Tibetan Buddhism, Shambhala is described as a spiritual realm rather than a physical location. However, some mystical sources claim that this knowledge is only passed down to chosen monks. 2. The Rosicrucians, Order of the Rose Cross. The Rosicrucian Order is a mystical society that claims to safeguard the secrets of the universe and ancient knowledge. Their teachings suggest that Agartha once shared its wisdom with humanity and aided in its evolution. However, because modern civilization would misuse this knowledge, access to it has been restricted. 3. The Freemasons and their underground connections. Freemasonry is known as one of the most influential secret societies that have preserved hidden knowledge for centuries. Some Masonic rituals contain symbols related to underground realms and secret cities. Some researchers speculate that high-ranking Masons are aware of Agartha's existence and only share this information with their most elite members. 4. The Tulan Friel Societies. The Tula Society, linked to the Nazis, was an occult group that sought to obtain knowledge from ancient underground civilizations. They conducted special research to uncover the energy sources and wisdom of Agartha. They especially believed in a mysterious power source known as Vril energy, which was said to originate from Agartha. Did these organizations truly possess knowledge of Agartha? And if so, why is this knowledge still kept secret? Why was the knowledge of Agartha hidden from the public? Esoteric societies have tried to keep the knowledge of Agartha away from the general population for centuries. But why? There are several possible reasons. 1. Humanity might misuse this knowledge. If Agartha truly possesses advanced technology and spiritual wisdom, this knowledge could become a destructive force if it falls into the wrong hands. 2. Powerful elites want to keep this knowledge for themselves. If this knowledge remains under the control of a select elite, the balance of power in the world can be maintained without disruption. 3. Agartha itself may not want contact with humanity. Perhaps the inhabitants of Agartha are waiting for humanity's consciousness to evolve. Accessing this knowledge without sufficient spiritual maturity could be dangerous for civilization. If this is true, humanity may need to undergo a significant mental and spiritual transformation before it can access Agartha's knowledge. Modern groups that claim a connection to Agartha. Even today, some secret societies claim to have ties to Agartha. For example, some occult groups practicing esoteric teachings claim to establish mental contact with Agartha through meditation techniques. Certain spiritual leaders claim they are aware of Agartha's existence, but insist that this knowledge is only revealed to select individuals. Some conspiracy theorists believe that the world's powerful elites have already made contact with Agartha and monopolized its knowledge. If there truly is such a connection, is it possible to access this knowledge? And more importantly, should this knowledge be accessible to everyone? What happens if the secrets of Agartha are revealed? If one day the secrets of Agartha are fully exposed, how would the world change? Could humanity attain ancient wisdom and elevate its consciousness? Could our technology make a massive leap, ushering in a new era? Or would this knowledge cause chaos and completely alter the world order? Some believe that humanity is not yet ready to learn this truth, but regardless of the reality, this secret cannot remain hidden forever. One day, when we re-establish contact with the wisdom of Agartha, a new age for humanity may begin. Reaching Agartha, how close is humanity to the truth? For thousands of years, the legends of Agartha have been passed down through generations. But is it just a myth, or is it truly possible to reach Agartha? Throughout history, explorers, scientists, and mystics have attempted to unlock the doors of Agartha, yet no one has officially confirmed reaching this underground civilization. So, how close is humanity to discovering Agartha? Could those who have traced the footprints of this ancient civilization have uncovered secret gateways or hidden knowledge unknown to us? And if Agartha is ever found, would it create a revolution in world history? Paths to Agartha and known gateways. Some researchers who believe in Agartha's existence claim that gateways to the underground world exist in specific locations. Some of these places include Himalayas, Tibet. Buddhist texts describe Shambhala as a gateway to Agartha. Tibetan monks claim that this portal only opens to those who are spiritually ready. Antarctica, according to Admiral Byrd's accounts, a massive opening exists in Antarctica, leading deep underground. Amazon rainforest, Brazil and Peru, indigenous tribes tell of caves hidden deep within the jungle that should never be entered. Egyptian pyramids. Some researchers speculate that the tunnels beneath the pyramids are connected to unknown underground passages. Nevada and New Mexico, USA. It is alleged that secret underground bases in these areas are conducting experiments linked to Agartha. Have explorations in these locations already uncovered paths to Agartha? And if they have, why is this information being withheld from the public? Does scientific research support Agartha's existence? Recent geological studies have revealed unknown structures and voids deep within the earth. In 2014, scientists discovered massive water reserves 600 kilometers beneath the Earth's surface, suggesting the possibility of a habitable underground ecosystem. Some theories about the Earth's internal structure propose that the core might be different from what we currently understand. NASA satellites have detected magnetic anomalies in certain regions, which some believe could indicate an unknown energy source. All of these findings strengthen the possibility that Agartha could be real. Yet, mainstream science continues to dismiss the idea. Modern discoveries and attempts to reach Agartha. In recent years, some researchers have continued to explore the underground world in search of Agartha. Several cave explorations have fueled speculation that a passage to Agartha may already have been found. Some key discoveries include Brazil. A network of tunnels over 100 kilometers long was discovered, possibly part of a vast underground passage system. Busiji Mountains, Romania. A mysterious cave was found with evidence of advanced technology hidden inside. Bataga Crater, Siberia. A massive void leading deep into the earth was detected. Do these findings suggest that humanity is closer to Agartha than we think? Why is it so difficult to find Agartha? Despite numerous clues hinting at Agartha's existence, no official discovery has been made. There may be several reasons for this. One, Agartha's gateways may have been sealed. Naturally, earthquakes and natural disasters could have closed these entrances over time. 2. Secret organizations may be deliberately blocking the discovery. If Agartha possesses advanced technology, powerful groups may be keeping this knowledge for themselves. 3. Agartha itself may be hiding from humanity. If this civilization truly exists and remains hidden, perhaps they do not wish to make contact with us. If Agartha is ever reached, what would this mean for humanity? Will humanity ever reach Agartha? With advancing technology, humanity is beginning to explore even the most mysterious places on Earth. In the near future, we may see deep underground expeditions revealing new caves and passageways, magnetic field research uncovering pathways leading to Agartha, leaked classified documents proving the existence of Agartha. But the real question is, if Agartha is discovered one day, will this knowledge be shared openly with humanity, or will it once again be kept only in the hands of elite groups? Perhaps the truth about Agartha will be revealed only when humanity reaches the right level of consciousness, and maybe we are not yet ready to receive it. The catastrophe of Agartha. Why did this ancient civilization isolate itself? If Agartha was once a civilization connected to the surface world, why did it choose to isolate itself? Throughout history, many ancient civilizations mysteriously disappeared or collapsed for unknown reasons. But Agartha was different. According to some accounts, this civilization voluntarily withdrew from the surface and retreated underground. But why? Was there a great catastrophe? Was there a conflict with humanity? Or did the people of Agartha choose to hide from us? The answer to these questions may reveal the great mystery behind the disappearance of Agartha. Theories on why Agartha withdrew. There are many theories about why Agartha separated itself from the surface. Some of these are based on mystical teachings, while others are linked to historical events. 1. Was there a great natural disaster? Some sources suggest that the people of Agartha retreated underground to escape a major catastrophe on the surface. Possible disasters include the Ice Age. Climate changes may have forced Agartha's people to seek a warmer and more sheltered place. Great floods, just like Atlantis and Nu. Massive oceanic floods may have driven Agartha's people underground. Volcanic eruptions. Many ancient texts describe beings who descended underground to survive. If a great disaster really did occur, did the people of Agartha consciously seek refuge underground to survive? 2. Wars and chaos on the surface. Some theories suggest that Agartha isolated itself due to humanity's destructive nature and internal wars. Ancient texts frequently mention wars of the gods. Could these actually describe a conflict between surface civilizations and those living underground? If so, did the people of Agartha withdraw to escape the chaos of the surface world? And if this was the reason they left, would they ever want to reconnect with us? 3. Was it for spiritual reasons? According to esoteric teachings, the people of Agartha realized that surface-dwelling humans were at a much lower level of consciousness. Thus, they decided to separate themselves completely. According to this theory, Agartha's people reached an advanced spiritual state. Humanity failed to achieve this level, leading Agartha to sever its connections with the surface until humanity reaches a sufficient level of awareness. The secrets of Agartha will remain hidden. If this is true, does humanity need a spiritual transformation to reconnect with Agartha? Historical references to Agartha's disappearance. Throughout history, various civilizations have mentioned a great underground civilization. For example, the Hindu epic Mahabharata describes superior beings retreating underground. Tibetan monks claim that Agartha is a gateway to the inner world. Ancient Egyptian texts speak of pharaohs who descended underground to communicate with the gods. Do these accounts indicate that Agartha is more than just a myth? And if they were once connected to the surface, why did they cut off that connection? Will Agartha reappear? Some spiritual teachings suggest that the people of Agartha will one day return to the surface. However, this will only happen under certain conditions. If humanity undergoes a great shift in consciousness, if the world faces another major catastrophe, and Agartha decides to help, if certain elite groups stop hiding this information from the public. According to this theory, the wise beings of Agartha are observing humanity, and when we are ready, they will reveal themselves again. Conclusion. Why did Agartha hide, and when will it return? Did the people of Agartha once exist on the surface? If so, why did they hide from us? And the biggest question of all, are we ready to discover Agartha? Can humanity establish contact with Agartha in the future? For thousands of years, the legends of Agartha have been passed down from generation to generation. But today, as science and technology advance rapidly, is it truly possible to establish contact with this ancient underground civilization? More importantly, are the people of Agartha willing to communicate with us again? Some theories suggest that Agartha is not just a physical place to be reached, but also a civilization that requires a certain level of spiritual and conscious evolution. If this is true, how close is humanity to reaching this level? And if the wise beings of Agartha are observing us, when will they decide to make contact? Modern technology and efforts to discover Agartha today, with developing technologies, we are beginning to explore places that were previously inaccessible. Research focused on the underground world may provide new clues about whether Agartha is real. 1. Satellite imaging technology. NASA and independent research teams are conducting satellite scans to detect massive underground voids. Anomalous magnetic fields in Antarctica and the Himalayas may indicate the presence of unknown structures. 2. Deep cave explorations. The deepest caves discovered so far have only reached a few kilometers beneath the Earth's surface. If Agartha truly exists, new generation exploration technologies must be developed to reach its depths. 3. Tracking magnetic fields and energy flows. Anomalies in Earth's magnetic field may help us discover energy lines leading to Agartha. Scientists suspect that underground natural magnetic currents may be powered by unknown sources. As these technologies develop, more concrete evidence of Agartha's physical existence may emerge. However, some theories argue that scientific discoveries alone are not enough. To connect with Agartha, humanity may also need to raise its level of consciousness. Will the people of Agartha return to the surface? According to some esoteric teachings, the inhabitants of Agartha continue to observe humanity. However, they will only decide to emerge under specific conditions. Some of these conditions might include 1. A great catastrophe requires their intervention. If the world faces a massive crisis, the people of Agartha may decide to intervene to help humanity. 2. Humanity reaches a sufficient level of spiritual development. If Agartha is truly a civilization with a higher level of consciousness, they may only communicate with us once we elevate our consciousness. 3. Science and technology unlock the gates of Agartha. If scientists succeed in discovering underground passageways, the existence of Agartha may be revealed involuntarily. If any of these 3 factors occur, could the wise beings of Agartha step onto the surface world once again? Are secret organizations already in contact with Agartha? Some theories suggest that major governments and secret societies have already known about Agartha's existence for a long time, particularly Pentagon's secret projects, the Vatican's hidden archives, elite meetings such as Bilderberg and Bohemian Grove. It is claimed that these groups have been conducting research to access Agartha's wisdom and technology. If this is true, why is this knowledge being withheld from the rest of humanity? Perhaps those who have already made contact with Agartha believe that revealing this information to the public would be too dangerous. However, as technology continues to advance, it may soon be impossible to keep this secret hidden forever. What happens if we establish contact with Agartha? If the gates of Agartha open, it would be one of the most groundbreaking discoveries in human history. Some potential consequences could include 1. History would be rewritten. If the people of Agartha have been in contact with humanity throughout history, our official understanding of history could completely change. 2. A new energy source could be discovered. If Agartha truly possesses advanced technology, a renewable and limitless energy source may be revealed. 3. Humanity could undergo a great consciousness shift. The knowledge of Agartha could accelerate humanity's spiritual and scientific development. However, some theories suggest that humanity is not yet ready for this knowledge. Perhaps the secret of Agartha will remain hidden until the right time comes. But one day, when those gates reopen, the world will no longer be the place we once knew. What we need to learn from Agartha, ancient wisdom, and humanity. The legends of Agartha do not only speak of a civilization hidden beneath the earth, they also suggest that this civilization possesses deep knowledge about humanity and God's great secrets. If Agartha is real, what could we learn from them? How advanced were they in science and technology? How did they live in harmony with nature? Was their spiritual development different from humanity's current state? And most importantly, are we ready to learn from their wisdom? Agartha's knowledge of science and technology. Those who believe that Agartha is more than just a myth suggest that this civilization was far more advanced in science and technology than we are today. Some theories claim that the people of Agartha used electromagnetic energy to power their machines, built floating cities with anti-gravity technology, developed self-sustaining energy systems, created a sustainable way of life without depleting natural resources. If Agartha truly had access to such technologies, has humanity advanced enough to rediscover them? Or is this knowledge deliberately being kept secret by certain groups? A civilization living in harmony with nature. In today's world, human civilization has progressed by consuming and exhausting natural resources. However, according to the legends of Agartha, the underground people lived in complete harmony with nature. This could mean they used farming and food production methods that did not disrupt the environment. They had limitless and sustainable energy sources. They utilized natural elements and minerals for energy production. One of the greatest lessons we could learn from Agartha is how to live in balance with nature. But is modern society truly ready to embrace such a way of life. Agartha's spiritual and conscious development. Agartha's legends describe not only technological advancements, but also a civilization that was highly developed spiritually. Some theories suggest that they were no longer dependent on material existence. They communicated using telepathy and mental connection. They used meditation and higher consciousness techniques to connect with different dimensions. They could sustain their spiritual existence even after death. These teachings align with many esoteric and mystical beliefs found throughout the world. Perhaps the people of Agartha have reached a level of consciousness that we have yet to discover. If we ever establish contact with them, would they decide to share this knowledge with humanity? And more importantly, are we ready to accept such a spiritual transformation? How Agartha's wisdom could transform humanity. If the secrets of Agartha were revealed, it could bring about a major transformation for humanity. If we could truly access their technologies and spiritual teachings, our energy sources could become infinite. We could achieve a higher level of consciousness. We could stop fighting against nature and start living in harmony with it. However, the real question is, would world leaders and powerful organizations actually want to share this knowledge with humanity? Some theories suggest that the wise beings of Agartha are observing us and testing whether we are truly ready for their knowledge. If we show the right level of progress and development, perhaps the wise beings of Agartha will reconnect with humanity. But when that day comes, how will we use their knowledge? Is Agartha real or just a myth? The legend of Agartha has fascinated humanity for thousands of years. But is this legend evidence of a real civilization, or is it merely a myth? Throughout history, many philosophers, explorers, and occultists have spoken of a hidden, underground civilization. However, the scientific community has never officially recognized Agartha's existence. So, is there any evidence proving Agartha to be real? And if it is just a myth, why do so many cultures around the world tell the same story? Evidence suggesting Agartha might be real. Those who believe that Agartha is more than just a legend point to several clues that indicate its existence. 1. Similar myths around the world. Stories about Agartha or underground civilizations appear across vastly different regions. For example, Shambhala legend in Tibet, Patala, and the Naga kingdom in India. Ancient Egyptian texts mentioning wise beings who retreated underground. Greek mythology, which speaks of unknown lands beneath Hades. Native American tribes' stories of spirits living within the earth. Is it merely a coincidence that so many different cultures share similar stories? Or was there once an advanced civilization beneath the earth that was eventually forgotten? 2. Deep caves and unknown underground structures. Modern discoveries have revealed massive underground tunnels and cave systems that are still largely unexplored. Some remarkable finds include Dirinkuyu, Turkey, an underground city capable of housing 20,000 people. Busegi Mountains, Romania, alleged discovery of a vast underground complex tunnels beneath the Amazon rainforest, stretching for miles. Giant caves under Antarctica's ice sheets, large enough to contain cities. Could these structures be remnants of an ancient underground civilization like Agartha? 3. Government and secret organization involvement. According to some conspiracy theories, powerful governments already know about Agartha, but have kept this information hidden, particularly U.S. deep underground military bases, Antarctica's classified military research, secret archives in the Vatican, Admiral Byrd's alleged encounters at the North Pole. If Agartha is truly just a myth, why have there been so many covert research projects related to underground anomalies? And if its existence is eventually confirmed, Would it completely change our understanding of world history? Arguments suggesting Agartha is just a myth. Skeptics argue that Agartha is nothing more than folklore and mythology. Their reasoning includes 1. Modern geology says the Earth's interior is solid. Current geological models claim that the Earth's core is entirely solid and molten magma, making a hollow Earth impossible. No known large cavities exist deep enough to house an advanced civilization. 2. No confirmed entrances to Agartha. No official scientific expedition has ever discovered an entrance to an underground civilization. Despite decades of research, no credible evidence of a lost subterranean city has been found. 3. The influence of spiritual and religious beliefs. Many Agartha stories are deeply connected to mystical and religious traditions. Some believe these myths symbolize an inner spiritual journey rather than a literal underground world. Occult groups may have exaggerated these stories to attract more followers. If there is no solid proof of Agartha, why have these legends persisted for thousands of years? The fine line between myth and reality. Perhaps Agartha is neither entirely a myth nor a proven reality. Some researchers speculate that Agartha might have been a real civilization that has since been lost to history. Possibilities include an ancient culture that once lived on the surface but retreated underground due to a global catastrophe, a legend that evolved over time, turning historical truths into mystical myths, evidence of Agartha still hidden somewhere, waiting to be discovered. That as technology advances, we may eventually uncover the truth about Agartha, and maybe one day, Agartha's existence will be scientifically confirmed. But when that day comes, will the world be ready for the truth? Traces of Agartha. Evidence left on the surface of the Earth. If Agartha truly existed, shouldn't we be able to find traces of it on the surface world? Some researchers believe that Agartha is more than just a myth, and that its remnants can still be found in specific locations around the world. However, are these traces being deliberately hidden, or have they been lost due to natural disasters and the passage of time? And more importantly, if we learn to read these clues correctly, could we unlock the doors to Agartha? Mysterious places connected to Agartha. There are several locations on Earth that are believed to be linked to Agartha. These sites either house entrances to the underground world or contain mysterious structures and remnants of unknown civilizations. Here are some key places where traces of Agartha might still exist. 1. Antarctica. Lost gateways beneath the ice. In 2018, NASA discovered massive cave systems beneath Antarctica. Satellite images show anomalous heat sources in certain regions. Some researchers speculate that remnants of a hidden civilization could be buried under the ice. Himalayas. The hidden Shambhala in Tibet. Tibetan monks have long spoken of Shambhala, believed to be an entrance to Agartha. Many caves and tunnels in the Himalayas remain unexplored. Some legends suggest that only those who achieve a certain level of consciousness can find the true path to Agartha. 3. The Amazon rainforest. Underground passageways. In Brazil and Peru, researchers have discovered mysterious tunnel networks. Some indigenous tribes warn against entering these tunnels, claiming they lead to an underground world. Could these be remnants of an ancient Agarthan pathway? 4. The Egyptian pyramids and underground tunnels. In 2021, ground-penetrating radar scans detected unknown tunnels beneath the Giza pyramids. Ancient Egyptian texts describe pharaohs descending underground to meet the gods. If Agartha once had a connection to the surface, could the pyramids be one of its last known access points? Do these sites serve as clues pointing to Agartha's existence, or are they simply coincidental mysteries left by past civilizations? Agartha's traces in ancient texts. Agartha may have left behind not only only physical evidence, but also written records in ancient texts. Several ancient civilizations mention a hidden underground realm that holds profound wisdom. Examples include the Mahabharata. India describes kingdoms of wisdom hidden beneath the earth. Ancient Chinese writings speak of divine beings dwelling below the surface. Inca legends tell of a civilization that retreated underground and is waiting to return. Are these just symbolic myths, or do they represent a forgotten truth about an underground world? Could these stories be distant memories of a time when an advanced civilization coexisted with humanity before vanishing underground? Why are Agartha's traces being hidden? If Agartha once existed, why haven't its traces been fully revealed to the world? There could be several reasons. 1. Natural disasters and the erosion of time. Over thousands of years, earthquakes, floods, and volcanic eruptions may have buried Agartha's entrances. If Agartha truly had connections to the surface, many of these pathways may have been destroyed by natural changes in the earth. 2. Secret organizations suppressing information. If Agartha's existence were confirmed, it could challenge modern history and power structures. Some theories suggest that elite groups have actively suppressed information and discoveries related to Agartha. 3. Humanity isn't ready for this knowledge. According to some spiritual traditions, Agartha's wisdom and technology are too advanced for modern humanity to handle. If Agartha's knowledge were released, it could either uplift civilization or create chaos if misused. Perhaps Agartha's inhabitants are waiting for humanity to reach a certain level of consciousness before revealing themselves. So, will these clues remain hidden forever? Or as technology advances, will the secrets of Agartha finally come to light? Should we keep searching for Agartha's traces? The clues to Agartha's existence may be more abundant than we realize. If we connect the dots, we might be able to uncover the truth behind this lost civilization. However, the most important question remains: if Agartha really existed and left behind traces, do they want us to find them? Are underground kingdoms limited to Agartha? Are there other hidden civilizations? Is Agartha the only mysterious civilization hidden beneath the earth? Throughout history, numerous cultures have spoken of underground worlds and advanced beings dwelling beneath the surface. Different mythologies describe subterranean kingdoms similar to Agartha, often ruled by enlightened beings or hidden from the eyes of ordinary people. But are these just myths? Or could there actually be multiple lost civilizations beneath the earth? And if so, are these underground civilizations connected in some way? Underground kingdoms similar to Agartha in world mythology, ancient texts, and oral traditions worldwide refer to hidden subterranean realms. Here are some of the most intriguing examples. 1. Shambhala, Tibet, India. In Tibetan Buddhism, Shambhala is described as a sacred kingdom ruled by enlightened beings. Some believe Shambhala is a gateway to Agartha, while others argue it exists in a different dimension altogether. Tibetan monks claim that only those with spiritual purity can find the path to Shambhala. 2. Patala and the Naga Kingdom, India. Hindu mythology speaks of Patala, a 7-layered subterranean realm inhabited by the Nagas, a race of serpent-like beings. It is believed that even the gods fear venturing into these realms. Like Agartha, it is said to contain vast knowledge and advanced powers. 3. The Golden City of El Dorado, South America. South American legends tell of El Dorado, a hidden city of gold buried underground. This city is not found on any map and is said to be visible only to chosen ones. Could El Dorado be an extension of Agartha in South America? 4. The lost city of Iram, Middle East. According to Arabian folklore, Iram was an ancient city that mysteriously disappeared beneath the desert. It was known as the City of Pillars, full of great wealth and wisdom. Some speculate that Iram might have been a lost colony of Agartha, These stories suggest that Agartha may not be alone. If multiple subterranean civilizations exist, are they connected through a vast underground network? Could underground civilizations be real? Modern science acknowledges the existence of massive underground voids and cave systems beneath the Earth's surface. But could entire civilizations have lived there in ancient times? Here are some scientific clues that might support this possibility. Massive underground voids. Discovered in 2014, scientists discovered vast water reservoirs 600 kilometers beneath the Earth's surface. It suggests the possibility of unknown ecosystems existing underground. Could an advanced civilization have once thrived in these hidden environments? Unexplored tunnel and cave networks. Brazil and Peru have revealed hundreds of kilometers of unknown tunnels, with some extending deep underground. In Romania's Busegi Mountains, secret underground complexes were allegedly found. Antarctica's ice sheets contain unexplained heat sources, possibly indicating structures beneath. Ancient underground structures. Derinkuyu underground city, Turkey, a highly advanced multi-level city capable of housing 20,000 people. Tunnels beneath the Egyptian pyramids. Unmapped underground corridors discovered in recent radar scans. Tibet Agartha crater, Siberia, a massive depression with deep underground passages yet to be fully explored. Did these sites be evidence of long-lost underground civilizations? If these civilizations existed, did they communicate with each other through subterranean networks? Are these underground civilizations connected? Some theories propose that Agartha is not just a single city, but the center of a vast underground network. According to this idea, Agartha is the main hub, and other underground civilizations are connected to it. A vast subterranean tunnel system stretches beneath the continents. These tunnels enabled communication and travel between different underground cities. If this theory is correct, is there an ancient global network of hidden civilizations beneath our feet? And if they still exist today, will they ever decide to reconnect with us? What lies beneath the earth? If Agartha is not the only underground civilization, then our understanding of human history may need a complete revision. Perhaps humanity, as a surface-dwelling species, has not yet discovered all the intelligent civilizations that exist on Earth. But one day, if the gates of these hidden cities reopen, the world may never be the same again. The true history of the world. How Agartha's knowledge could change our understanding of history. Official history tells us that human civilization began developing only a few thousand years ago. But what if Agartha truly exists, and an advanced underground civilization has been thriving for millennia? Could this completely reshape our understanding of history? If Agartha is the continuation of lost continents like Atlantis and Mu, then is our history just the visible tip of the iceberg? And more importantly, was history deliberately altered? Are history books telling us the whole truth? According to mainstream history, human civilization emerged around 10,000 years ago with the invention of agriculture. The first city-states were founded in Mesopotamia, Egypt, and the Indus Valley. Before this, humans were primitive, nomadic hunter-gatherers. However, some researchers argue that this narrative is only part of the truth. Here's why. 1. 12,000 years of unknown history. Archaeological discoveries suggest that civilization is far older than mainstream history claims. Göbekli Tepe, Turkey, built 12,000 years ago, with advanced engineering far beyond what early humans were believed to be capable of. Tumapunku, Bolivia, stone blocks were cut with incredible precision, something even modern tools struggle to achieve. Baalbek Temple, Lebanon. The site contains massive stones that weigh hundreds of tons, with no clear explanation of how they were moved. If humans were supposedly primitive at this time, then who built these structures, and how? 2. Mysterious underground cities. Derinkuyu, Turkey, a multi-level underground city capable of housing 20,000 people, secret tunnels beneath the Egyptian pyramids. Radar scans have revealed undocumented underground passageways. Teos Cave, Ecuador. Ancient metal plates with unknown symbols have been found deep underground. Are these remnants of Agartha? 3. Lost civilizations and a forgotten past. Many esoteric sources suggest that humanity has faced multiple great cataclysms, each time resetting civilization. Atlantis. The legend describes an advanced civilization that sank beneath the ocean. Mu continent. Could Mu have retreated underground, evolving into Agartha? Agartha. Could it be the survivor civilization of these ancient lost worlds? If these theories hold any truth, is human history far older and more complex than we've been told? Would history be rewritten if Agartha's knowledge was revealed? If the people of Agartha are truly an ancient advanced civilization with knowledge of Earth's real history, what happens if this knowledge is revealed? Some possible consequences: human history would be proven to be much older than believed. Ancient civilizations may have been more advanced than us. Atlantis, Mu, and Agartha might be confirmed as real. The mainstream historical narrative would be completely rewritten. But this raises an important question. If history has been deliberately altered, who is hiding the truth, and why? Hidden knowledge and the powers that control history. Some theories suggest that information about Agartha is being deliberately suppressed. According to these theories, governments and secret organizations do not want the truth to be revealed. History books are selectively written to present only certain perspectives. If Agartha is real, its discovery could destabilize world power structures. Several events and pieces of evidence support these claims. The Vatican's secret archives, a vast collection of ancient texts and manuscripts, many of which remain classified. The suppression of major archaeological discoveries. Some ancient artifacts are rumored to have been discovered and hidden from the public. The silence of mainstream science. Agartha-like theories are often dismissed without serious academic discussion. But if the truth is being hidden, what happens if it's finally exposed? And most importantly, is humanity ready for it? Conclusion. What happens when Agartha's secrets are uncovered? If Agartha is real, and if its knowledge has been hidden, then revealing it would be one of the most significant events in human history. However, if this information is found, world power structures could shift. Modern science and history would undergo a complete transformation. Certain groups may do everything they can to prevent this knowledge from spreading. But one undeniable fact remains. Truth cannot be hidden forever, and one day, when Agartha's secrets are fully revealed, we may have no choice but to rewrite the history of the world. What happens if humanity reaches Agartha? For centuries, legends have said that Agartha will only reveal itself to those who are ready. But as science advances and humanity uncovers more secrets of the underground world, could we one day truly reach Agartha? And if we do, what will be waiting for us there? Will this be a turning point for humanity, or could it lead to disaster? What happens when Agartha's doors open? If one day Agartha's gates truly open, it would be one of the most significant discoveries in human history. But the outcome of this event depends on how humanity approaches it. There are two possible scenarios. 1. Humanity learns from Agartha and experiences great progress. If the people of Agartha welcome us as allies, we could gain access to advanced science and spiritual knowledge. We could develop new energy sources, medical advancements, and even space travel. The true history of the world could be revealed, and humanity would finally understand its origins. In this case, Agartha could contribute greatly to human civilization. However, 2. Humanity tries to exploit Agartha, leading to conflict. If Agartha's secrets become public, powerful groups may try to control and monopolize this knowledge. Governments and corporations could fight over Agartha's technology, leading to wars. If humanity fails to use this knowledge wisely, the world could be thrown into chaos. If this happens, will the people of Agartha retreat from us once again? Is Agartha ready to welcome us? Some theories suggest that Agartha's inhabitants are watching us and monitoring humanity's progress. But for them to establish contact, certain conditions may need to be met. Humanity must reach a sufficient spiritual level. If Agartha truly exists as a higher consciousness society, then we may need to elevate our own consciousness to connect with them. Humanity must abandon war and greed. If Agartha is hiding from us, perhaps it is because we are not yet a trustworthy species. Agartha must be discovered at the right time and place. Maybe the people of Agartha will reveal themselves only when humanity is ready. But looking at the current state of the world, is humanity truly prepared to uncover Agartha's secrets? How would the world change if Agartha were discovered? If Agartha is found one day, it could have massive consequences for the world. Some possible outcomes include 1. Official history will need to be rewritten. If Agartha has existed for thousands of years, everything we think we know about human history could be proven wrong. 2. Global power structures will be shaken. If Agartha's advanced technologies are exposed, the global economy, energy industry, and political systems could collapse. 3. Humanity's scientific and spiritual evolution could accelerate. Agartha's knowledge could help us evolve mentally, scientifically, and spiritually. However, if this knowledge falls into the wrong hands, could the discovery of Agartha become a disaster for humanity? Will Agartha's knowledge remain hidden forever? To this day, no official discovery of Agartha has been made, but some theories suggest that certain elite groups already possess this knowledge. If that is true, then are Agartha's secrets being deliberately hidden from the public? Are powerful organizations keeping this knowledge for themselves? Will these secrets ever be revealed? For now, Agartha remains a mystery, but as technology advances, it will become harder to keep these secrets hidden. Perhaps one day, humanity will be forced to accept the truth about Agartha, but when that day comes, will we be ready? Conclusion. A journey into the unknown, a legend told for thousands of years, a hidden advanced civilization beneath the earth, and perhaps humanity's greatest secret, Agartha. Is it real or just a myth? Throughout history, there have been those who claim to have seen it, those who searched for its traces, and those who tried to keep it hidden. But one thing is certain: humanity has never been closer to uncovering Agartha's truth. If this legend is ever truly revealed, are we ready for it? Is there a truth beyond what we know? If Agartha were just a myth, then why have different cultures across the world told the same story for thousands of years? Why do ancient texts, mystical teachings, and secret societies speak of hidden wisdom buried beneath the earth? Why have some explorers, historians, and scientists disappeared while searching for Agartha? And why do modern governments still censor underground discoveries? Maybe the world we know is much larger than we ever imagined, and perhaps beneath our feet, a hidden reality lies waiting to be uncovered. Will the world change if Agartha is discovered? Imagine, if Agartha is found, it will not be just a geographical discovery. It will change history, science, energy, consciousness, and spirituality. This will be one of the greatest turning points in human history. Modern science will struggle to understand how an underground civilization survived. Historians will have to rewrite everything we thought we knew about our past. World leaders and secret organizations will try to control the global impact of this revelation. But the biggest change of all will be humanity questioning its own existence. If an ancient civilization lived here before us, if they have been watching the surface world, if their wisdom has been hidden from us for centuries, how will we react when we finally learn the truth? The journey into the unknown never ends. Agartha may be a legend, or it may be real. To perhaps we will never find it, or maybe, as long as we keep searching, one of humanity's greatest discoveries will come to light. But one thing is certain, throughout history, the greatest progress has come from those who dared to explore the unknown, and we will never stop searching, because maybe one day, the gates of Agartha will open, and when that day comes, humanity will never be the same again.